Hello, hello. Welcome to Mega Reacts. Give me a moment here. Getting my last finishing touches set up. I think that should be about it. Hello, hello. And somehow I closed the wrong tab. Obviously. Because it would not be a live stream if something did not go wrong. Got a little copyright free fair use synthwave going. There we go. We got our tier list up. All right, so hello everyone, welcome back to Mega Reacts. We're going to be doing a Babylon 5 Season 2 character ranking. I have some coffee this morning with a little bit of Jameson splashed in. Nice little Irish coffee in the morning. I say morning, it's almost noon, but it is morning for me. I had a long night. So yeah, so here's my characters to choose from. Let me do a quick little arrangement. I had all of this previously done, but I closed the wrong tab, and now I must do it again. I'm only going to put some of the major characters in a certain position. Everyone else will fall where they may. There's my man Veer. Love to see Veer. Now where's my there he is. Couldn't find your car. He was in the wrong spot. Maybe I shouldn't have this music on. I'm just gonna jam out the whole time. And our main Kosh. All right, so that seems to work. All right, so I do have two different color separations. Blue is for human, and the purple is just going to be the different aliens. So it kind of just helps me find who I'm looking for a little bit easier. And I just like mixing up the colors. So that is why there are two different colors. All right, so Alan, this will also be a Q&A. So I will be taking questions. I will answer questions. Your question, I will go ahead and answer. Who is better, Sheridan or Sinclair? As of right now, they are equal. They are equal. I cannot choose one above the other, but I am only a handful of episodes into season 3. So I've spent about the same amount of time with both characters. And as of right now, I can't make an honest call on which one I like better. I really can't. There are aspects of each I like more than the other, but when I just take into consideration the character overall, it just balances out right now. But I do imagine, unless they just mess Sheridan's character up, which I don't think they will, Sheridan's probably going to come out on top merely because I will spend so much more time with his character, watching him develop, evolve, change, go through some crazy shit in the upcoming Shadow War. I mean, the Great War is upon us, right? Like, we got to go. Let's see. I believe episode 4, season 3, though I do hope to watch I hope to watch episode 5 today. So hopefully by the end of today, I will be on season 3, episode 5. Jan, that is a brilliant concept. I actually thought of it after I was already too far down the rabbit hole to go back and change everything. But I do believe in the future you will definitely see green and purple, because green and purple, it's awesome. Hi there, everyone. So yeah, so we're gonna get into this ranking. I'm going to start with kind of the side characters and the guest characters first, in no real particular order, and then I will do the kind of main cast last, and we will go from there. Once again, this is also a Q&A. You have any questions, comments, concerns, bad weather, indigestion, whatever, bring it up, we'll talk. Something about alcohol and coffee just makes me a little chatty. Okay. They might start fighting. All right, so let's just start with a personal fan favorite and someone I really like too, Mr. Bester. I always thought of this man as Chekhov, but I am quickly becoming one of the B5 folks, because I now see Bester when I see him. He's a good bad guy, but so far he hasn't been an amazing bad guy. He has been fooled by Talia and the Underground Railroad of telepaths. I thought he would have saw past it. I thought maybe he would know, but so he's not as badass as I had hoped, at least not yet, but he's a solid B. And also, let me go over the setup real quick. So A, B, C, D. That's basically what you learned in elementary school. Those are your grades. Best on top. As you get down, the lower they go. Then we have S. So A is good, great. You're great. You're fantastic. S is God mode. S is superior, superb, amazing. S is just next level awesomeness. So getting an A is good, it's great. Getting a B, not bad. C, you're kind of pushing it. D, you're just kind of trash. And S, we know what S is. All right, so yeah, so he's a solid B. Yeah, solid B. He could go to A, he could go down to C. It just depends. Depends on where we go with his character. All right, and I might not know every one of these characters' names because I suck at names, so if I do ask, just let me know. Oh yeah, he Bester definitely thinks he is the smartest man in the room, and he often is not. All right, let's see. Let's go with a unexpected returning character. This is Lita, the telepath who was in the pilot or the TV show. What was it? The Gathering? Was she? Yeah, she was the telepath in The Gathering, right? Didn't really get a lot of her this season, so I can't really judge her too high on my list. I mean, she seems to have been through a lot. I mean, she has seen the true face of Kosh. Of course, we all have now, so that's not that special. But yeah, she seems to be a good character. But right now, lady, you're a C. Sorry to tell you. If it's a Bester episode or a Lita episode, I would rather it be a Bester episode. You fall under. All right, let's go with this random friend of Captain Sheridan. I do not know his name. I would just call him the Cowboy Captain. I believe that's what I called him in the episode. That's what I'll call him now. Cowboy Captain. He was brought in so we could kind of see the path Sheridan was on, you know, exploring the unknown folds of space and reaches of the galaxy and really living that cowboy lifestyle. He was a fun character. Maybe we'll see him again. Maybe we will not. Doesn't really matter to me. You're a C, bud. All right, Joel, thanks for coming by and leaving a like. I appreciate it. This will be posted when I'm done, so you can watch it at your leisure. Maybe even speed up the play speed, because I do know I tend to linger on and talk. But thanks for the like. My expectations were lesser in season 1, my friend Alan. In season 1, he was an A. He has dropped down some, though, after he was completely made a fool of. It kind of lowered my view of him, you know. His overconfidence got him. That's exactly what happened. And yeah, you dropped down, dude. You're going down. You better bring it back up. Captain Maynard. I still prefer Cowboy Captain. All right, so let's keep going here. We'll do another character I do not know the name of. So we have hot scientist lady found in cryostasis, but she brought a demonic shadow army entity with her. She also forgot her dead husband rather quickly and went after the doctor, though I think the doctor was manipulating her the whole time and not being very professional, because you're putting the moves on this lady hard, Doc. Hard. She's been through a lot. She is very vulnerable right now, and you're willing to go all the way with her. Kind of creepy. She also, and I'm gonna get you, sucker, had a wig, fake boobs, fake butt, and missing a leg. Interesting character. Once again, we're sitting at a C. A lot of these side characters so far in season 2 are just average, which is a C. They're average at best. Stinky. I think they did mention something like that. Stinky. All right, so yeah, so she will sit there at a C. Let's do someone who's actually a little more fun. So we have, was he General Franklin or Admiral Franklin? I'm not sure what his rank was, but he is the father of our Dr. Franklin, and he was a presence. And I think a lot of this ranking too might be having to do with the quality of the actor. Not saying the other actors are bad, but not all actors are created equally. And General Franklin, I'll call him General, had such a presence about him. The father and son dynamic, I really enjoyed. The just no nonsense military man. You're up there with Bester, my friend. You are up there with Bester. General Franklin, okay. So there you go. And yeah, let me start doing some humans. It looks like let me do some aliens. Looks like I've only done humans so far. So this man here is going to represent the entire, is it the Drosny race? Green, purple. They are silly. I mean, how do you get to the point where you're going through space if your society is tied to such a simple concept of my team, your team? Oh, wait a minute. That would mean humans couldn't be in space, because we're very your team, my team, aren't we? It's crazy how you can compare like politics, and I'm not going to get into politics here. You can compare politics to sports teams, you know, because like it doesn't really matter who's on the team, they're your team. So you're gonna root for your team to win no matter what. Kind of like green and purple. It was a great concept. I would love to see his people again, but once again, you're just going to be a C. Yeah, the doc did have some daddy issues. But he also kind of showed how different he is from his father, you know, like his father wants him to go back into using his medical knowledge to hurt, to kill, to maim. And the doctor is so anti that. He does not want to be used by the man to kill people. Respect, doctor. Respect. All right. Let's deal with this Narn. He was Jakar's uncle, maybe? I believe he might be the uncle. What? Lita's not on D tier. Come on. She was an interesting character. Though not that interesting. It also doesn't hurt that she is somewhat attractive. That does help. Let's be realistic, folks. I was watching Popcorn in bed last night. They were reacting to Meet Joe Black. And all I could think of for most of that reaction was if some weird guy just started acting weird and hitting on a girl and all the shit that Joe Black did and didn't look like Brad Pitt, it'd have been a whole nother movie. You know what I'm saying? I mean, being Brad Pitt helps. You can be pretty damn weird and still get the hot girl if you look like Brad Pitt. So Lita can get a C because she looks like Lita. Yes, B. Russell, I am sure given time these rankings will change, but by she I mean Lita, had such a limited presence in season 2. I can't really justify anything higher. So Jakar's uncle, a reincarnated soul hunter. he seemed to be an honorable man. I mean, he has Jakar's blood within him, so we know he is a good man. He led those to their death, trying to save his home world, and didn't quite work out. But you were a good character, but you're nothing more than a C. Interesting. So different. But it seems you just need to take one of the colors and you'll be fine. You can kind of change size. All right. What is this guy's name? I got my little cheat sheet here. It doesn't have everyone though. Is this guy on here? I don't see him. All right, yeah. His name is Drawl, I believe. The Return of Drawl, the guardian of the planet below, part of the living organisms that run it. There are apparently more than one, we find out. There are multiple beings that are part of the machine. They did get a new actor, but they explained it in a very creative way that the machine rejuvenated him. Probably, I look at it as it got another part in and it had to repair that part so it could last longer. So kind of reversed the aging process a little bit. And yeah, so there we go. He is cool. I do not know why they didn't call on him more, because he has told Sheridan that, you know, we are now at your disposal. Like, that is season 2, right? I hope I'm not merging the first part of season 3 into my thinking. I believe it's season 2. So whenever the Centauri decided to shoot at Babylon 5, I'd have been like, hey, planet below, do something about these folks. But he was interesting. Not that great though, so we'll go with a C. Well, I don't know. I would like to see a lot more of him. But do I? Nah, he's a C. Sorry, dude. Alright. Let's get some... Alright, we'll get the Bull from Night Court. Don't know the character's real name. I just know him as Bull from Night Court, even though I didn't watch Night Court too much. I was kind of young when it was on. But I do remember him from it. Got to mix some water in with that Irish coffee. Because... Whew, starting to kick a little. Well, I guess Draw is her ace in the whole. Let's see. Oh, let's go with Talia's ex-husband. God, what was his name? What was his name? He was like smelly or stinky or I can't recall, but it definitely fit his personality. He was a scumbag, dude, who could make people do things and was gonna basically force his wife to leave with him because they wanted to have those magical Psy-Core babies. he was a dirtbag, but he played the character quite well. But Stoner, that's it. Thank you. He's a solid C though. But he really was a great bad guy. Oh shit. I forgot to do Bull. Sorry. Like I said, Irish coffee has hit kind of hard. I put a little more in there than I should have. So let's just roll that back. We'll go back to Bull. He was fine. Nothing special. There, we're done. I like the actor though. And once again, that counts into my rankings because he'd probably be a D character if I didn't like the actor. But he so over the top. Such a good TV actor. All right, and then get back to Stoner. He's also a solid C level. He was a good bad guy. He brought a little bit of depth to Talia's character, and we got to see kind of more of the shit she has been through due to Psy-Core, and it really gave us more reasons to not like Psy-Core. So, yeah, very interesting. Oh, it is off the rails, sir. It is off the rails. I haven't had breakfast either, so probably put a little too much Jameson in that coffee. Okay, let's see here. The future descendant of the man who built Nakatomi Plaza, fighting for a corporation, but also for the people of Mars, trying to create a lasting unity, a lasting peace. He seemed like a good man, so good of a man, the powers that be decided to kill him. So that's how you know he was doing something right, because they wouldn't have killed him if he was just some nobody. But can I place him above a C? That is the question. I really like this character. I like the actor, but he was only in the episode for like 7 minutes. Yeah, you're a C. Sorry, dude. Did Michael J. Fox. I can definitely see that. Bum, bum, bum. All right. Yes, Technomage. Now he's marked under human, but is he really a human? I don't know. And a lot of people, whenever I brought up, here, let me put these two together. So we have Jack the Ripper or Sebastian. It's Sebastian, right? Or Abraham. For some reason, I keep calling him Sebastian or Abraham. I never remember which one is right. I'll call him Jack. So Jack and the Technomage. I compared their powers, and a lot of people are like, no, they're not the same. They're different. Jack just has access to Vorlon tech. Well, the Technomages just have access to high-tech tech too. So maybe Jack is the Vorlon's version of a Technomage. Same powers, same abilities, kind of, just different function and form. Maybe, possibly. All right. Sebastian. All right, yeah, but let's go back to Technomage. Technomages are fun. Now, I'm someone who plays a lot of role-playing games. I've actually made a Technomage in Mage the Ascension. I was basically a Technomage. Their powers are cool. Their no-nonsense attitude was cool. Them acting like they knew more than anyone in the room, fantastic. Technomages are pretty badass. And Technomage, you are... you're going to A tier. Maybe. A or B. I would love to see the Technomages come back. That is the big thing. Like, I would love another Technomage episode. Yeah, Technomage. Yeah, you got to go to B. I can't put you in A, but maybe I can. Coffee will help me decide this. You know what? I want another Technomage episode. You're going to A tier, bud. And he he calm down. He represents the Technomages as a whole. So even though it's based on his character, he was the one we mainly saw, but he represents the very concept, the very idea of what the Technomages are. And I'm down for it. Love the Technomage. Yes, I have heard it is in the books, so maybe one day I will get to the books after I finish the show. We shall see. Ben, I've already brought him up. Let's go ahead and go to Sebastian, aka Jack the Ripper. This man can act. This man's an actor. And I know in my reaction, I was like, it was a okay episode. When I went back to edit the episode, it really hit me how great this episode was. The dialogue in this episode is absolutely fantastic. The scenes with Delenn, Sebastian, and Sheridan, amazing. When it's just Delenn and Sebastian, amazing. The dialogue really sold it. The acting sells it. I did not give this episode enough credit on my first viewing, but while editing, like I said, I get to rewatch and absolutely blew me away. Sebastian, you're up there with the Technomages. Get with your Technomage brothers. I have not tried the Numenera RPG, but I will look into it. Technomages can't go to S tier yet. I haven't seen enough of them, but I mean, they are right below S tier. Like there, give me a little more Technomage, you can get up to S tier real quick. Let's go. What is his name? Talon? I could be completely wrong. This is the Narn who was trapped with Sheridan, and they had to fight. They ended up coming together as friends and breaking out. He is a quintessential Narn. I love the Narn as a race. They're so good. And I have seen a little bit of season 3. I do know he comes back, so I gotta try to separate that. But showing back up with a katana is pretty badass, sir. That would put you in S tier. But we're doing season 2. So you're a solid A. I wanted to see your character A again, and you showed back up. But I gotta separate that. Gotta separate that. But really, showing back up with a sword is pretty great. Shark, it is based on quality. It is based on how I view the character, how the character affected me while watching, if I want to see the character come back, if it is just someone I thought just did an amazing job. I mean, no one had gone down to the D tier yet. I mean, so as you can tell, most of these actors and most of these characters are great just because of the quality of the writing and the show, but some just hit you a different way. You've held the katana, Jan? That's awesome. I have a broken katana I've had since I was like 17. I broke the handle, but this is the Highlander's katana. Always keep weapons near, just in case. I will not show what other weapon is near because YouTube will probably take me down. But yeah, let's move on. Dun, dun, dun. There is somebody I know who's gonna be in the D tier. Yeah, we all know who that is. All right, let's see. We'll go with Londo's friend. No idea what his name is off the top of my head. Great character. Love seeing another Centauri, one who does not view the glory of the Empire the same way Londo does, because really, other than Veer, every Centauri we've kind of met has been all about that Centauri life. And it was good to see someone with some sort of power and influence in his homeworld who was not all about just conquering war and death, and who wants a better outcome for his people and for the universe. And yeah, it was great. The acting was great. he brought a very Centauri-esque presence to the role, and some people that play a Centauri do not. I'm thinking mainly of the ambassador, who didn't even have the hair, but not even without the hair, he didn't act like a Centauri. I mean, he was a great actor, he did a good job, but I didn't get Centauri vibes. But yeah, this is a good character. I would have liked to have seen more of him, but he went out in a way to save and protect his family, so that is honorable and good. Let's move you, my friend. You are B tier. You are a solid, good character I would have liked to have seen more of. Just reading some comments real quick. Yes, S tier is for the best of the best of the best of the best. Some people will make that tier, but not many. All right, so let's go on. Who do we have next? Let's do hold on. Get my cheat sheet here. Let's do Lord Rifa. Since we're on kind of a Centauri role, Lord Rifa, the devil, or one of the many devils on Londo's shoulder. He is Londo without the conscience or the heart to know what he's doing is wrong, or just does not care in the slightest. He will do whatever he must for the Centauri and for himself, mainly for himself probably, but he probably doesn't separate himself from the upper echelon of Centauri society. He probably feels they are one and the same. He is the Centauri Republic, so he must do what must be done, and he would conquer the entire universe if he could, no doubt. And he has already made his own connection with the shadow at this point. He is a bad guy you love to see, but he is solid B tier. I always do love when he shows up in an episode, because he's going to have some great lines, and he really sells that evil presence. Okay. Let's do our semi-zombie-esque robot assassin who was once a free Mars leader. I'm tempted to give this dude a S tier just based on his overacting and how absolutely beyond serious he took this role. He gave it his all. I mean, he gave it his all. He was horrible. He was terrible. But my God, was he entertaining. Like, S tier would just be a joke. I can't put him in S tier. Can't even put him in A. But you know what? You're going to solid B, dude. I would love to see your character come back just because he's so over the top and crazy. I mean, absolutely nut job. But it was so entertaining watching him. I'm sure he has been in some red letter media videos in some other movie or something, because he's right up their lane. All right, let's go to this Mimbari. Don't remember his name either, but he really showed us how petty the Centauri can be. We have often seen them through the rosy lenses of Delenn and Lamar. No, I can't remember his name. Jeez Louise, I got to get better with names, folks. Lanier, Lamar. I don't know where that came from. Lanier. So we've seen these these Mimbari, who are honorable and noble and just, and even some of the warrior casts we have seen have been kind of a-holes, but they do have some form of honor, it seems, and some form of reasoning. But this dude was just a straight up liar who was willing to do whatever he could to further the ambitions of his clan. And yeah, he kind of gave us a glimpse into the not so civilized aspect of the Minbari. Solid C. Yes, Minbari, not Centauri. I do not know why they named these people so damn similar. Minbari, Centauri. It just constantly, I get them switched up. And I'll switch it up 3 times when talking about it. I'll call them a Centauri, then a Minbari, then back to a Centauri. Drives me crazy. Ah, oh, Mr. Morden isn't in here. I tried to remember everyone. He would be a solid B character. I did have him on my season 1 tier ranking, but he did not make it over in the new one. My apologies. I get all these random people. I forget some of the main ones. Mimosa. Well, I got some coffee and Jameson. Oh yeah. I left out Morden because I'm an idiot. That is why. That is why. I even have a token of him made. I have a token of him made. Just didn't make it into this listing apparently. I am merely a human. I am imperfect. He's an S tier season 1. He's probably a A tier now, maybe a B tier. I don't know. Well, no, we had that great episode. Oh my, how did I leave him out? That great episode where he is locked up in the cell, and we learn he was on the same ship as Sheridan's wife, and my God. He's A tier. He's A tier. He's not S tier anymore. I know too much about him now. He's not the mysterious character he was in season 1, which really drew me in. So now that I know more about him, what he does, who he works for, he dropped down to an A tier. He's still high, but Morden's bosses, we really haven't had a good understanding of them yet. I mean, I know what they are, and what they want, but I gotta put a face. I gotta put something more to what they are before I can really rank them. They're more just a overarching evil in the universe, which is hard to rank until we have something tangible I can really hold on to, if that makes sense. Well, Mike Finney, good for you, sir. I am just a little intoxicated, but other than that, I'm doing all right. I should have had something to eat before I had my Irish coffee. The water is helping, though. All right. Yeah, that was such a good episode. All right, let's keep going here. I can never tell if Kosh is pissed or not. It's always so monotone. All right, let's see here. We're gonna do just some of these randos, get them out of the way. There we go. Let's do this guy here. Don't know his name either. He was a grunt. He was a soldier. He gave a face to those who die for the pursuit of military and political conquest. Talked about his friend who died a lot. to really kind of show where he was at mentally. He was a good character, and kind of sad to see him go. I think he was in Dawn of the Dead, maybe? Dawn of the Dead, I think. We then had the soldier who was with him, who was kind of an asshole and was starting all kind of trouble, but in the end, he died with his people, with his soldiers, with his fellow soldiers. And as much as I don't like his character for what he did to Delenn, it was good to see that, one, not all humans are blind to, I guess, their own hatred of the Minbari. Does that make sense? It's good to see that not everyone has gotten over the Minbari war, because we meet a lot of people who are just like, yeah, the war happened, but we're fine. And he kind of showed there's probably a lot of humans who do not feel that way, which would also help explain why they're becoming so much more pro-Earth and anti-alien. And so he was kind of a glimpse into that side, but it also showed that he still died by his fellow soldiers. So in the end, you know, I'll make you a C tier, buddy, just because you died like a soldier. I'll give it to you. And then we have this lady here. Don't know her name either. Garibaldi, you ruined her last time to give it a go, man. She just wanted to have a good time. She knew the life she lived, She knew her time was short. She knew she was a soldier and might die. She just wanted a good time. And you unload all of your baggage on her? Like, come on, dude. Low class. But really fun character. Wish she'd have made it back, but this is Babylon 5, not Star Trek. So she died on the battlefield with everyone else. Yes, Mr. Tokatrunk, you can be pro Earth and not anti-alien. But a lot of what we see on the show, they don't really differentiate that much yet. Most of the pro-Earth people we have met, I think, have been anti-alien, or at least just don't want to deal with aliens at all. So maybe we'll get into that more as the seasons go on. We shall see. All right, let's go to the... and this ties into my point, everyone. So I separated humans in blue and aliens in purple. I put the Centauri Emperor in blue. Why? Because he comes across as a human. And that's one thing I didn't like about his character. I like that he wanted to bring peace to... or he wanted to apologize for what his people did to the Narn, and he wanted the Centauri to find a way to come together with all of those they have wronged, and he was their last he was their last best chance for peace, and he died. But he didn't come off as a Centauri, and it's not even the hair, it's the whole attitude, and maybe that's why he wanted peace, because he's so non-Centauri. I don't know. Just didn't come off as a Centauri. He was a good character, though. No, the guy who shot Garibaldi isn't here. Yeah, sorry. I had a whole live stream where people were supposed to come on and help me. Put people on here I couldn't think of. So I blame all of you. It's your fault. Yeah, I get that he was a old man who didn't care, but I don't know. I was not a big fan. Emperor Duhan, nah, man, he's not S tier in my books. I love his message of peace. Well, hold, you got me thinking here. He's definitely not S tier. But that scene he had Oh, and a tickle trunk. Thank you. I got it in the mail last week with my comics. It is actually pretty high quality too. I am impressed. That scene with him talking to Jakar, apologizing. That was real. You go to B tier, dude. You're not gonna be S or you're not gonna be A in my book, but you are definitely within the right company when I look at this line of characters. I probably forgot. I don't know who Zach Alien is. I forget tons of people. I moved him to B tier. And it's really just because of that scene he had with Jakar. That scene. When I think about it, it gives me chills. So good. All right, let's see who we have here. We're getting down, aren't we? All right, let's do Linda Carter. I know her as Billy from Creepshow. She was so annoying. She was also in Escape from New York. She was in Swamp Thing. She married John Carpenter, I believe, and had an amazing rack for many years. She wanted Mars to be free. She was a good character. Could care less if I ever see her again, though. So you're C tier, baby. I hope it never messes up his lines. He speaks like he's reading a fortune cookie all the time. Amanda Carter. Why do I call her Linda Carter? I think that's an actress, Linda Carter. Was that Wonder Woman? Linda Carter? Maybe. Oh yeah, Zach Allen. He is someone I should have put on here. In the season finale for season 2, him sitting in that meeting with all the home guard and really realizing, like, I'm in here with a bunch of control freak, like, fascist assholes. Well, maybe it's not worth the extra 50 credits. Like, I think it really hit him there. So yeah, he probably should have made it on here, but I forgot. All right, let's get to pestilence, famine, and death. We'll go with a young one who was definitely having a little bit of sexual relationships with Jakar. She had her hand all up in his pouch. We all know it. I heard Jakar is into that. She was fine. Whatever. Then we had the super Richie tail kissing one. We'll call her Famine. Solid C tier. But then we got the first wife, the one who gave him blood, who nags him to death and hates him, but at the same time, she is a honorable, respectable woman. She knows her role and she takes it seriously. She is actually a really good character I would like to see come back. So you go up to B tier. The other two that he dropped, solid C's. We're getting down to the nitty gritty here. All right, let's do the first ranger that we actually meet, the one we actually learn about, the Sinclair Rangers throughout the universe, preparing, training for the Shadow War to come. He was solid. I like the actor, but didn't really get enough of him in the episode. Shark, it just shows one that even the side characters who aren't great aren't terrible, so they don't make it to D tier. And yes, I am a bit stingy with my S tiers. If everyone is God tier, then no one is God tier. First of all, I ain't getting no A tier. She's solid B. I still think she might have killed him if she really had to. But I do want to see her come back. All right, so yeah, so we got 2 more to go before we get into the real meat of this ranking. We have the Doctor, who was friends with Dr. Richard, Dr. Franklin, Dr. Richards, Reed Richards, Dr. Franklin. Greatly acted. Whoever was behind that makeup really could portray emotions and feelings. He wanted to save his people. He knew the catastrophe was there. He gave his life to help develop a cure, even though it was too late to save his race. Maybe it will save another. And who knows, with the technology they have, maybe they could clone members of that species and maybe repopulate them, even though their homeworld is being looted, which is exactly what would happen. Oh, a great plague wiped out a whole population. Well, let's go rob their shit. Yes. Oh, glad you're watching from the start. Acalonia, I know I'm saying that wrong. Whenever you get to this point in the video, hi, how you doing? Hit that like button. Everyone here, hit the like button. Smash that like button. Click on subscribe. Click on that bell notification. I'm an idiot. Yeah, this was a great character though, and he's B tier. The acting, giving his life for his people, the relationship he had with the Doctor was all great. All right, and then we have the pilot no one liked and no one wanted, not even the showrunner. Forced to put him in due to studio interference, and then he killed him off at the end of the season. Good on you. The actor was fine, but you could tell no one cared. So I do not care. Welcome to the first member of the D list. There you go. Uh, 12 Monkeys is on my list. It will eventually get watched, but there is no time frame. Because I got a lot on my plate. I watch a lot of shows on Patreon. I watch, what, 5, 6, 7, 8. Like 10, 12 different shows. And I watch movies too for some patrons, and I'm swamped. But it is on my list. I heard the show was really, really good. All right, now we are here. We are here to the big boys. Let's go with our 2 little helpers to the ambassadors, the liaisons. We got Lanier. Honorable, friendly, strong, ass-kicking, karate-knowing, my motorcycle engine rebuilding badass. He embodies everything I find noble in the Minbari. I would hang out with him. He would probably be great in Dungeons and Dragons as a player or a character. You're welcome at my table anytime, Lanier. Welcome to the A tier, bud. You're top notch. So Dark, I have watched up until season 2, I think. I'm not really sure. I think I have them on my YouTube reactions, but I ended up dropping that show. I didn't have time to keep it going. I would like to go back to it and finish it, but I really did enjoy Dark. It was such a mind fuck. Well, I feel bad for the actor, but yeah. Yes, I have no issue with the actual actor. I mean, he was fine for what the role was, but the role just wasn't needed. It just wasn't needed. And he got to go out like a hero. So he couldn't have been that mad. He could have went out like a pansy. He could have went out in a dumb way. He could have been hit on the face with a glob of black goo by a tar monster and just died. But he went out kind of getting the word out on the shadow. So. All right, then we have Veer, the angel on Londo's shoulders, a friendly, joyous fellow who who likes to nurse his drinks and doesn't approve of anything that's going on with the Centauri Republic. He is kind, he is great, and he was sent away because Londo does not want to hear from his angel anymore. He has truly fallen to darkness. Veer, S or A, buddy? I'm thinking. I don't know. That's a hard one. Let me think. What do you think about Veer? Let me know. Because I am on the line between S and A. Veer's S tier? I mean, I'm so on the line right now. And remember, this is just for season 2. Come on, Russell, don't be tempting me now. Yeah, I think I'll go with my first gut reaction. So I might get hate, I might not. Veer's a solid A tier. Solid A tier. I mean, solid A tier. He is A+ tier, if there was such a thing. Here, let's that's a little better. No, we'll do Talia. Talia Winters. Her and Ivanova, steamy. Whew. Hot. What could have been? And her turning into like a sleeper agent, nuts. The actress has such a weird way of speaking too. I don't know if that's just how she plays a character, or is she like that in every role? Do you know what I'm talking about? How she kind of reads her lines and has almost a smoky quality to everything she says. It's quite distinct. She also was touched by the man who turned into pure energy and given the ability to use telekinesis, which is very rare. And now she is working for the Psi Corps fully, completely. Her false personality has been activated and she is now gone for now. Will she come back? I don't know. A lot of potential there, but you're a B tier girl. If you'd have truly kissed Ivanova, I'd have threw you up to A. Yeah, sorry folks, she's going to B tier. You know, I tend to have liked her better when she was interacting with other people than it was just based on her, if that makes sense. Dr. Franklin. You know, just on you trying to hook up with a woman who just lost her husband after finding out she's been asleep for 100 years, that should lower your ranking. But luckily, I will overlook that, being y'all never truly sealed the deal. He's a great character. He's a doctor who wants to help. He helps the Underground Railroad for people with telepathic powers. He heals the sick. He cures a plague. He is a man of principle. He is part of the inner circle to fight the darkness. He is someone I trust and I love, and you are a solid A tier, my friend, not S. Well, she did check that bed though, didn't she? Yes, she did. I like Dr. Franklin. I mean, he can be a little much sometimes, but I just put that up to him being such a driven doctor who just wants so much, and he's kind of a drug addict now, but we won't get into that. But it's good. He's a good character, and I do like him. He makes some questionable choices, but at the end of the day, I'm always happy when he shows up in an episode. Him finding the cure for the plague that killed off a whole race, that really shot him up in my book. Londo, my friend, my companion, my compadre, my great Centauri ambassador. You single-handedly brought the Centauri back into a position of power in the universe. And you know it is wrong, and you have no friends. And you are set down the path you have chosen. You are unapologetic when you are among others. When you are alone, you sit in quiet reflection on all that you have done wrong. I respect you. Even though right now I do not agree with you. You're S tier, buddy. Was there even a question? Was there even a question where Londo was going to rank? I think not. I mean, I just had to speak about him first. I never even contemplated him going anywhere but S tier, because that is where he is. Then we got Kosh. Well, we did learn one thing about the Vorlon. They've been manipulating almost every species in the world or in the universe since the dawn of time. For some sick power trip reason, maybe they are indeed actually the evil ones, and they want us all to worship them as gods. So they planted themselves on different worlds to basically ingrain themselves into our holiest of texts and religions. And in the end, we will find out that the Vorlons and the darkness are one and the same, and we have fought alongside the very thing we sought to destroy. And it'll end on a very dreary note when all of the species in the world are united in slavery under the great Vorlon Empire. Will it take that shift? I doubt it. But Vorlons are kind of shady, man. Appearing to lesser races as, or maybe you didn't appear as their ideal of a religious figure. Maybe that's where the races got the ideal of a religious figure. So it was chicken and the egg type thing. Either way, it's kind of shady, you know, but you're still an S tier. You're cool, dude. You're cool. K tier. Kosh is solid. Kosh is solid. This is gonna be a pretty boring last few, isn't it? Because we all know where most of these. Though, I will say this: not everyone left is gonna go to S tier. I bet you didn't see that coming, did you? All right, Delin. But. Delin is great. She is trapped between two worlds. Her and Sheridan are definitely gonna become romantic at one point, I think. And I'm here for it. I'm here for it. She has given up so much for what she believes. Her soul is pure. Her motives pure. She is going to be with us till the end. Not even Sebastian could break her will. She knows her purpose. And she knows that life matters. Whether it's one life or a billion lives, she is supreme. Jakar. My sad Narn brother. I feel for you, dude. The fall of your people, the enslavement once again, to break the bonds of slavery, to be thrown back into it. I cannot imagine. I mean, it looks like most of the universe is going to be enslaved in one way or another, whether it be mental slavery or, in the case of the Narn, complete domination by the Centauri. You are their leader now. You have earned their respect, and you have earned my respect, sir. Though I will say, straight up monkey's paw, dude, you wanted this war, and I know that's got to gnaw at your soul when you're laying there at night thinking of all the dead Narn, how you pushed for this conflict. Yeah, kind of sad, but I love you, bro. Love you. All right, Fringe. I am loving Fringe. I will eventually post it on YouTube. Once again, I just don't have time to edit all the videos I film. I believe I am finishing up season 4. Is it season 4 or season 3? Let me check real quick. Give me just one moment, everyone. I have 62 episodes of Fringe, so I'm guessing it's season 3 I'm finishing up. Yes. So I recently watched season 3, episode 19. I will be finishing season 3 this month on Patreon. I will finish out the rest of season 3. Fringe is really, really good. The first season does not really prepare you for what the show is, but once it really gets going, and I'm not going to go into it much here because I don't want to spoil it for anyone who hasn't seen it. You're not here for a Fringe chat, so I don't want to ruin it. But once Fringe kind of really gets going into what the show actually is about, it is amazing. It is great sci-fi, great science fiction. I will say one thing that bothered me in season 3, and it's finally passed, is Olivia doing a voice impersonation of Leonard Nimoy. It gave me chills. I don't like it. It creeps me out. I'm glad it's over. Weird. Okay. Tickle Trunk, thank you for letting people know about my full reactions on Patreon. Yeah, that is one thing the Narn did not anticipate. That, we're going to go to war with the Centauri. We can take them. We broke free from them before. They don't have the will to fight. Little did they know they had a shadow in their back pocket. Completely unfair. It was not brilliant. It creeped me out. Maybe it was brilliant. And maybe I was just too creeped out to notice. It just made me uncomfortable. Also, all right, minor Fringe spoiler here, or maybe major. I don't know. If you don't want to hear me talk about something that happens in season 3 of Fringe, tune out now. The concept, okay, of a super old Leonard Nimoy in Olivia's body is creepy. Because we all know he went creepy old man mode. There's no way he didn't. I mean, one, he has to shower, right? He has to use the bathroom. He has to do all these functions, right? So you know he's taking peeks and doing what he's got to do. But he's a creepy old man. things probably got a little creepy. And you know, when you start going down that little rabbit hole, like, what did they not show us? I wonder if like he would leave the crew at night and go pick up dudes in bars. And I mean, I don't really think that happened, but you got what I'm saying, right? Like, creepy old scientist dude living in a young hot girl's body. It's kind of creepy. Kind of creepy. It's creepy. It's creepy. All right, sorry. Let's get back to the character ranking. I ran about that in my reactions, by the way, in multiple episodes. Because, yes, it was well played. I mean, she did a good job acting. Like, I bought there was someone else living in her body 100%. But it just really creeped me out, man. It just really just got to that part of my brain where it just creeped me out. All right, so then we go to Garibaldi, our everyman, our man who recovered from being shot in the back through alien tech, who knows everything that's going on in Babylon 5, who ruined this woman's last chance to have a good time. Garibaldi, my friend, I do not remember where I put you in season 1, but in season 2, you're going A tier, bud. I was not impressed with Garibaldi that much in season 2. He's a fine character. He's a good character. But to me, he's on the same level as the Doctor. I rarely start an episode hoping, I hope this is a Garibaldi-centric episode. He's just not S tier, man. I'm sorry for you, bud. You're just not there. Ivanova, like, do we even need to talk about that? No nonsense, Jewish, Russian badass who cannot be bought, who cannot be corrupted, who knows the value of friendship and loyalty, respect, who could beat your ass and you'd probably be a little excited when it happened. Love Ivanova, love her character. I love we got to see a little bit of a vulnerable side with her, with Talia, even though it turned out to be horrific for Ivanova. She finally talks to someone and breaks down, and turns out they're a damn Psy-Corps spy. But she had some good moments with Sheridan also, talking about how she's a latent telepath and how she's afraid and she doesn't want to be caught and all of that jazz. She's a great character. We all know where she's going though. S tier, baby. S tier, baby. Ivanova is God. That is the mantra, huh? All right, and we are down to our last one. I will say this has gone a lot faster than the season 1 ranking. It lasted like 3 hours. We're only just over an hour here. All right, handling our business. Sheridan. We had a long voyage this season, didn't we? Starting season 2, I was pissed. Where was Sinclair? How in the hell do I go from season 1 with Sinclair, one of the greatest captains to ever grace the screen? We're talking, he was as if you put Cisco and Picard in a blender. You mixed them up, put that in a mold, comes out of the oven, you got my man Sinclair. Smart, tough, willing to break the rules, but also willing to give these great speeches about life and duty and honor. He was amazing. And he gets stolen out from under us. Now, once again, once I found out why he was taken off of the show, and well, I say taken off, he and the creator agreed to kind of separate due to mental health issues. It made it easier for me to like Sheridan. But when I didn't really know why he was gone, I instantly thought maybe the studio didn't like him, or maybe the actor didn't want to keep the part going, and maybe all sorts of things could have happened. And it just made me angry. But once I found out why, it made it easier to move on, because, you know, he had to do what was best for his health. I get it. There is no hate here. But God, did I love him. God, I love Sinclair. Like, I'm just thinking about it now, man. Sinclair was the man. And they wrote him out where he's now on Mimbar, and he's apparently teaching the Rangers. And I do think he will pop up in a few episodes here and there. I've already seen him once in season 2, or at least a video of him. So I'm thinking he'll pop in every once in a while. So that's fine. Keep me up to date on Sinclair, please. Thank you. Thank you, Babylon 5. And yes, that was great. Yeah, R.I.P. Michael O'Hare, my man. I'll drink some alcohol for you. S stand for Sheridan. You're damn right. All right, but then we get back to Sheridan. He comes in and he's a war hero. I mean, he took down a Mimbari war cruiser, which no one thought was possible. Ivanova ends up giving him a little piece of the ship that he took down as a little gift, which is awesome. I have come to love Sheridan as a captain. I've already said in the beginning of this video, how did I view Sinclair and Sheridan? You just heard me talk about Sinclair, and I told you I viewed them equal. So you know how I feel about Sheridan now. It took a little while for me to warm up to him. Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. But once I could put down my Sinclair baggage, I was all about Team Sheridan. He is a great character. Well acted, well written. I feel like I would follow him into a battle for the universe, and that is where we are at. Star Killer, S tier. So that is it. That is my season 2 Babylon 5 tier rankings. Let me know below. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Is there any blatantly horrific choice I made where you just look at it and go, how in the hell is he making that choice? Or is it fairly a universal kind of ranking where most people would agree with what I have here? I'm going to keep the stream going a little bit longer for any questions, comments, concerns, anything at all. Yeah, sadly, I got into the show so late that, most of these people are not here. I do know Sheridan was in an episode of Chuck. He plays Dr. Awesome, Captain Awesome's father, which was great to see. Oh yeah, Sheridan is charismatic as hell. Got a great head of hair too. All alone in the night, Keffer. Yes, yes you are. You were killed by the shadow though, so maybe they did take your soul. Oh, Alan, come on now. Come on now. How am I supposed to answer that? All right, Babylon 5 hoax. I'm about to get some hate. But keep in mind, I am only 4 episodes into season 3. Keep that in mind. Sheridan, Sinclair, Cisco. Sheridan and Sinclair are equal. They're equal. Cisco I like better. But I have watched every season, every episode of Deep Space Nine multiple times. I have seen his entire character arc. I know everything about the character. I know where his tale ends. I know it all. Cisco is better than Sheridan and Sinclair. But keep in mind, don't throw me all this hate now. Keep in mind, I'm only basically 2 seasons into Babylon 5. I am completely open to the idea of Sheridan taking my top spot. And let me tell you who is an amazing captain, who is not even on a sci-fi show. Have any of you seen the show The Last Ship? I am halfway through season 1. Captain Chandler is an amazing captain. You could take the show The Last Ship, put them in space and in Starfleet, and you could have an amazing Star Trek show. Honestly, it's kind of off point, I know, but Captain Chandler, fantastic. All right, let's I don't want to hear about Picard. All right, Picard ruined me. I don't even care. My daughter 8 years old, wants to watch TNG with me. I've waited my whole life as a parent for my kid to come to me and say, Daddy, can we watch Star Trek? Oh my God, my little girl wants to watch Star Trek with her daddy. I've waited my whole life for that. And then they came out with Star Trek Picard. And they have bastardized the character. They have ruined Starfleet. They have took something I love and tainted it to the point where I no longer want to sit through any of it. What am I going to do? Do I watch or do I not? Let me know what you would do. All right, let's see here. Yes, he was in Tron, Sinclair. No, not Sinclair, Sheridan. I have seen Tron, but I was like 7 years old probably, so I don't really remember what exactly happens in the movie. I just remember the bright colors and they're in a computer program. So I do need to rewatch that. I have also not seen the new Tron, so I need to watch that also. I'm going through comments now. Give me a moment to get caught up. Can't disagree. All right, good deal. Yeah, do not spoil anything. I appreciate that. Yes, I agree, Alan. Even rank C in season 2 were good. These are all solid characters. Intruders, I'll have to check that out. Picard is dead. Picard is dead. He's a synthetic android. Nobody cares. He's dead. That's not Picard. That's a facsimile. That's a fake. I don't care what happened to the fake Picard. Eureka and Warehouse 13, I have heard, are both very, very good. So, yeah, I do need to watch those. Galaxy Quest, fantastic. Love Galaxy Quest. No complaints there. Yeah, maybe I should just watch TNG and just forget about the Picard series for my kid. All right, I'm almost caught up with my comments here. Kind of jamming out to the little background music here. Yep, it will definitely change the next season, my ranking. I kind of like doing these at the end of every season, so I can just chat with the people watching my show, and we can just kind of go over different character moments and scenes and kind of see where I am at mentally with these characters. Yeah, so William, season 2, Natoth. Yeah, she wasn't even worth putting on the list. Season 1, Natoth, I loved. Deathbringer! She went to town. So I'll kill you. I made a blood oath. You will die. Great character. The actress was fantastic. I found her sexy even in the Narn makeup. And that's how beautiful this woman was. She does come back as a lawyer, so I got to see her without the makeup. Breathtaking. Yes, the person that replaced her, not even worth mentioning. I have never seen Star Trek Enterprise or the original series, TOS. I've also never really seen Star Trek Voyager. I have seen a handful of Voyager episodes, maybe 5 or 6 episodes here and there, but never sit through the whole series. But yeah. Yep. And just so y'all do know, on my Patreon, starting at the end of this month and going over into December, I will be watching the first episodes of Stargate SG-1, The Expanse, and Farscape. I will be watching the first episode of each because I had a poll on my Patreon for shows to watch. I will watch the first episode of each of those shows. Depending on what I think of that first episode, I will pick one of those shows and I will watch the entire first season. So we will have to see which one I like the most. So hopefully they all have great pilot episodes that draw you in, and I will pick whichever one I like best, and we will go from there. Yes, Lion, that is what I heard also, that the original Natoth actress couldn't really deal with the makeup. She was having issues with it, and that's why she had to be recast. Yeah, so sadly, if the first episode of The Expanse isn't great, it might not win from my 3. So it's really going to decide on how solid that first episode is. Now, will I eventually watch the rest of the shows also? Yes, because I love sci-fi. I love watching television and movies. I love all of this. I love talking on YouTube to random people about sci-fi shows. And any show, actually. And yeah, so they will eventually get watched. They'll just be added to the long list of stuff I want to watch. I got bit by my dog yesterday, by the way. They were getting into it over some food, and being the idiot I am, I tried to break them up, and my little dog just bit the crap out of my finger. But I'll be okay. It did ruin my filming momentum yesterday, though. Completely took me out of the filming mode. Yes, his deputy is missing, Marcus. I realized that after the fact, but you know, I kind of talk about it in the ranking at some point. All right, good deal. And for those who might ask, I have already seen the Stargate movie. Kurt Russell, James Spader, Ra, the aliens. I know all of that. I have seen that movie. It very well might. Farscape might take it all. All right. Any other questions, comments, concerns, any other topics you want to speak of? Let me know. Is there any show you want to hear my opinion on? I do want to watch. I've already seen it, but I want to rewatch Burn Notice. I don't know if anyone here watches Burn Notice or likes Burn Notice. I remember loving that show. I remember loving it, and I want to rewatch it. I just don't have the time right now, but I will eventually do a rewatch of Burn Notice. Very excited about that. Stargate had 17 seasons. Oh my goodness, 17? My God. Doctor Who. I have only seen one season of Doctor Who. I believe it was the 9th Doctor. He was the first Doctor I've ever seen, and then he only did one season, and then I never watched after the end of his season. So maybe one day. Prisoner. What is Prisoner? Is that a show? Is that an episode? What is Prisoner? Still, 10 seasons is quite a bit. Season 3 episodes for Babylon 5 will probably start at the end of the month. I got some other shows I need to edit and get up. Also, we'll be going on a few trips, or I have a trip this weekend coming up. I'll be in the Boston area, and then we got the holiday season, and it's really going to cut into my editing time, so it will eventually get up. Ooh, JMS's favorite show. I might have to check that out. The Prisoner. I have not seen Travelers. No idea what that even is. Ooh, only 17 episodes. I could definitely do that. I will add that to my list. The Prisoner. Did I hear, this could be a completely different show. Did Robert Myers Burnett and Az talk about that show at one point? I remember they were doing maybe a Hot Toys episode, and they were talking about visiting some place in England because it was in The Prisoner. Am I remembering correctly? Does anyone know if I am remembering correctly? Did anyone see that episode? Oh, I love the original Quantum Leap. When he leaped into a chimpanzee and did Kung Fu. Amazing, amazing episode. When he leaped into the same town that Stephen King lived in and inspired all of his art. Or all of his writing, I should say. And he met the devil. And he never got home. That was sad, depressing. All right, Lion, you take care, sir. Or you put it in parentheses, be seeing you. I'm guessing you're not saying bye, you are quoting something. The 60s Prisoner. Does anyone know where I can find The Prisoner at? Is it on any streaming services? I will have to look up their watch order. I do not remember what they said about the watch order. Real Vector, I do appreciate it. Thank you for enjoying my rankings and my rantings. I am ranking and ranting. Ranting and ranking. What about a normal view? Just curious what other stuff they have in here. Characters. Everyone likes characters. Let's see. Female furries. No, thank you. I will pass on that. But whatever floats your boat, man. I mean, there is no kink shaming here. As long as it's legal and you're not hurting anyone, more power to you. I've not seen the Sarah Connor Chronicles. It's on YouTube, really? Tubit. If I ever make it over to your side of the pond, I'll have to visit that place. All right, Marcus, rewind, go for it. I'm probably going to chat a little longer because honestly, I'm putting off filming and editing, so I will stay on for a bit longer. I'm actually looking for another thing I could probably do just because I'm bored. Let's shit on Picard a little bit. They have a Picard ranking. I have to do this now. They got Mike as their cover picture. Well, shit. Oh, Breaking Bad is amazing. No doubt about that. All right. Here we go. We're doing an impromptu Picard character ranking. Welcome to the quickest ranking of all time, so folks. We go D tier. Yep, she sucked. So did this dude. He acted like a hipster, not a Romulan. You were once a member of the Tal Shiar, now you are a butler. How you have fallen from grace. Same with your wife, who is also Tal Shiar, who is now a maid, basically, because apparently the Romulan Empire, in its vast resources and power, become vagrants, refugees in the universe because their planet blows up. Because their planet blows up. They don't have their own ships. They don't have other planets. They can't just go find a planet they want and take it over. They are the Romulan Empire. They don't give a shit. Riker. You were cool and you have a beard. I always liked Riker with a beard. That's when he really got good. Doesn't matter. You're D tier. Weird alien dude. I don't even remember this guy. That's how crucial he was to the plot. Well, you're D tier too, buddy. Let's see. Oh, we got the perfect android girl who is the key to everything, but actually the key to nothing, and was willing to kill all life because she just was having a bad day. And she's horrible. And is that the main girl we followed, or is that her sister who died? They both look the same. I don't know. Doesn't matter. They're D tier. All right, we got 7 of 9, a great character in Voyager as far as I know. I never really watched all of Voyager, though I did see an episode or two with her in it. She seemed like a logical person, very Vulcan-esque, someone who put logic and science and reasoning above everything else. But no, let's make her a homicidal maniac murderer who cannot control herself when she is sad and full of rage. She's D tier. Shit, we are going into it, folks. That's what happens when I drink too much. All right, we got Rafi, our drug addict, who blames Picard for everything, takes no responsibility for her own actions, and is living in a trailer as if that is her only choice and option. You live on Earth in the time of TNG, Star Trek world, where no one wants for anything. Matter converted into energy, energy into matter. You don't have to live the way you live. You could have fancy antique furniture or fake antique furniture. That's what Picard has because the place burnt down. It had to all be remade, right? Right. So it's all fake. You can have all that. You choose to live in a trailer and do drugs. Don't like you. Solid D. Solid D. Good for you. We got Vulcan / Romulan who knows about synthetics, how they're gonna change and kill the world. D. I hate Picard. I hate Picard. Waited years for another TNG type show, and they're bringing back Picard. I heard the announcement, overjoyed with what it could be. Nah, they did this to me. They put this rage in my heart. I blame them. I blame them. How freaking dare they? All right, Picard, we're saving you for last, bud. We're saving you for last. This is the one dude who, what's his name? Don't even know, don't even care. Freaking D tier. We got the Romulan Ninja. The Romulan Ninja who cuts off people's heads. Because, if you're having a fight that Picard instigated, Don't just knock them out. No. This is the Star Trek universe. We decapitate people we don't like. And we call ourselves the good guys, because that's where we're at with Star Trek. You can decapitate someone. Yeah, it's fine. Was he trying to kill anyone? Didn't really look like it. He probably could have if he wanted. So let's just pop up with our ninja sword, cut some heads off. Yeah. Love this bright future you're showing me here. That is Hugh. That's right. Hugh, that's his name, who went back with the feeling of self to the Borg and made them all kind of go crazy, and now he's back helping Borg get deprogrammed and blah blah blah. But there's racism against Borg, because one thing Star Trek has always had: a ton of racism towards other races. Well, to be fair, Mr. Tickle Trunk, everyone loves ninjas. Everyone loves ninjas. Come on. Everyone loves ninjas. Ah, we got Deanna, Troy. Should have wound up with Worf. You living in some crazy place. Oh, that gives me back to Riker too. Riker and Deanna. Riker and Deanna. You want to talk real? Let's talk real. You would not let your child die because of some Federation law. If the technology existed to save your child, if the technology existed and you're a parent, you would go and get it done. Fuck the Federation. I'll go to the Ferengi. I'm sure the Ferengi could have done it for some gold press latinum, maybe 20, 30, 40 bars. No problem. They're not part of the Federation. Problem solved. How about you go to the Gamma Quadrant? Plenty of races there that probably have synthetics that could fix your child. No, we're gonna let our child die because we can't use synthetic stuff because it's against the law. What kind of shitty parent are you? Shitty parents. I wish there was an F tier on here. That pissed me off. I have a kid, and you think if there was something that I knew would cure my kid, but it was against the law in America, I wouldn't fucking find a way to do it? Shit. Thank you there, man. Shandase, I don't know how to pronounce your name. If you're talking about like letting their kid die because it was against the law, yes, they really went there. And they're supposed to be parents. Whatever. Oh, we got Data in a Dream. Not even worth talking about. That's how shitty that was. Holy shit. There might not be a D character. Someone might make it to C. Don't even remember his name though. That's how. But I do like. You're kind of a C, dude. You're the only one who was even likable. And maybe because you didn't care. Because you were like, whatever. I don't know. I just run my own ship. I don't need this Federation bullshit. But you know what? Yeah. You know what? There you go, Picard lovers. If you love the show, know that I am not completely biased. Yeah, Picard, I want to die. Just let me die. Why do you want to die? Rios, thank you. That's how little this show has imprinted on my mind, though, other than the hatred. I don't remember these people's names half the time because they're that bad. But Rios, you're C tier, dude. You should have had your own show. It shouldn't have been set in the Star Trek universe. But if you had your own show where you're just some captain of his own little ship running around doing shenanigans with all your crazy holograms that look like you, and that would be a great show. Just not in the Star Trek universe. Rios, I got you, dude. I got you. All right. From there, we got what's his name, who tried to take Data for Starfleet and use him to make more synthetics, and he ended up not doing it because Data was deemed to be a person, and you couldn't enslave a whole race of synthetics because that's not what the Federation is about. Bullshit, because it happened. They made a whole race of synthetics and they enslaved them, and this man did it. So that one TNG episode, what is it? Measure of a Man. Pointless, because the Federation went against that judge's rulings and said, you know what? Let's have a race of synthetic slaves. It's fine. It's fine. It is not the fact that they made their own show. It's the fact that they ruined what was already there to make the show. Measure of a man. That's damn right. You know what? You're D-list. Brent Spiner playing another descendant of the creator of the android. What is it? Singh? Singh? Is that the last name? Dr. Singh? I don't know. He was crap. Let me tell you something about Brent Spiner. One, there's a group of people that love him. They call themselves Spiner Femmes, which is awesome. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Spiner Femmes. Love it. Two, he did a YouTube show himself that only had a handful of episodes called Fresh Hell. And it was fantastic. He played himself and people from TNG would show up as themselves. And he did something in the show that got him basically blacklisted. And I don't think we ever found out what he actually did. But I was really in to that show whenever it was on. I don't even know what's going on with it now. I haven't looked at it in many years. But I'm thinking about it now. Yeah, Noonien Soong's ancestors. Or yeah, ancestors. Noonien Soong. Yeah, you suck. All right, the two worst characters are left. All right, we got crazy scientist chick from Scott Pilgrim. Don't remember her name either, because I don't care. She's a murderer. Murderer. Yeah, cold-blooded murderer. Doesn't care. A killer. She also pukes constantly and is a psychopath. But she's also the bestest ever who can merge with the Borg and become something new and take the Borg to a new level of conscientiousness and become one with the universe. Fucking bullshit. Bullshit. You suck, lady. You go D tier. And here we are. Girardi, that's her name. Girardi, you suck, Girardi. You suck. So in season 2, that dress did make the girls look nice. The girls looked nice. I will give you that. We got Jean-Luc Picard. A beacon of hope, of honesty, integrity. A member of the Federation who I would follow into hell. A man I trusted. And then Picard came out. And he's a feeble, broken, pathetic old man. Breaks my heart to even say this about Jean-Luc. Breaks my heart to even say this about you, Jean-Luc. I loved you, Jean-Luc. You were like a father to me, man. I grew up without a father. I looked to you. A lot of the morals I have in this world is because of Jean-Luc freaking Picard. And you turned him into something he never was. What have you done to my boy? Ruined him. Made him pathetic. I'm getting choked up just thinking about this. Jean-Luc Picard. Jean-Luc Picard is dead, folks. Season 1, Jean-Luc Picard died. Season 2, a synthetic. Season 3, a synthetic. Good old Q in season 2 wouldn't have cared about synthetic you. Has to be true because it rhymes. They ruined him. They ruined the man that Picard was, and then they killed him off and replaced him with a fake. And they want us to just quit whining about it and move on. Well, I have not moved on. I will not quit bitching about this because it is wrong. It is wrong. He's a mockery of what he was. Not only in writing and character, but in actual physical form. It is a mockery. It is a mockery. It is a facsimile. That's what they did to my boy John Luke. I'm not even reading the comments right now. I need to read them, but I'm getting off on a rant here. Yeah, it could have been John Luke just working at his winery, and it could have been a small thing where maybe a crime happens in his town and he had to put on his detective cap, which he loved to do as a hobby in TNG in the holodeck. He loved to be a detective, but in his older age, which he's not even that old according to TNG lore, he could be fine. I mean, he wouldn't be as old as but he is old in real life. I get it. That's besides the point. There could have been a mystery he had to solve, and we could have seen a kind of very localized tale of John Luke trying to figure out who murdered the wine bottle maker or something just random that leads into something greater, but they kept it as a simple mystery tale. I would have loved that. Would have loved it. Would have been great. Could have brought in a few characters he might have needed to contact. Maybe not. Could have been completely self-contained. I wouldn't have cared. You just had to keep the Star Trek fundamentals, man. A world of hope, a universe of hope, a place where humanity has left behind all of their bullshit that we deal with every day right now. They left it behind and have evolved beyond what we are. They are better people than us. The TNG humans are better than us. But Star Trek Picard could be set in the 21st century and no one would notice because they're the same. It's like you just plot people from current time, moved them to the future, and said, yeah, that's what it's like. That's not what Star Trek is meant to be. There are a million shows, though not all great, obviously, that show a dreary humanity in the future. Babylon 5 might be one of the best ones because humans have not got beyond their petty shit in Babylon 5. That's why I like Babylon 5. It is so different from Star Trek. But if I'm watching Star Trek, I want to watch Star Trek. I want to see hope in the future of our kind and that we can get better. You can show all the bad shit in our world in Star Trek, but it needs to be external and it has to be us viewing ourselves through other races who are having problems we have now. We have to look from outside in so we can reflect on ourselves while keeping the hope that humanity will overcome the pettiness of what we are. Does that make sense? I do not know if that makes sense. That's how I feel. Jean-Luc Picard, if there was a F tier, you would be here. You would be Z tier. And it is because of the expectation I had with you. And I have learned I love TNG Picard. Not modern Picard, not the actor Patrick Stewart, but the character, the fictitious man who taught me so much about life. And here is my Impromptu Picard, I guess season 1 tier ranking. Did not plan to do this, but I did it. And I'm glad I did it. Got some stuff off my chest. Only one character who I would even remotely want to see in any other show. The rest of these people suck. You're welcome. Welcome to Mega Reacts. We mainly talk Babylon 5 on these. How's everyone else doing? You doing okay? Season 2 is a hot mess. They ruined Guinan. And let me tell you, for the longest time, I found Whoopi Goldberg as Guinan to be incredibly attractive. Don't know what I was thinking now that I look back. No, actually I do know what I'm thinking. If I watch the old TNG episodes, Guinan is a beautiful character, and I did love her. Like, I love that character. I love Whoopi Goldberg as that character. And then the modern Guinan, I just don't get. And I don't know. It's just die a hero, live long enough to become the villain, right? It was updated for a modern audience. Wesley Crusher, oh my God, don't even. So Star Trek Discovery, I watched the first episode of season 1 and I was out. So I can't really go in much on that show because I gave up on it after the first episode. If I ever do season 2, I will add more tiers. The fungus drive, yeah, fungus drive that they kind of took from this indie game from kind of the research I've done, but that's for the courts to figure out, not me. Okay. Is there anything else you want me to do a tier on real quick? I'll freaking make one. I don't care. I'm in the groove now. I'm in the streaming groove. I'll go on for the next 5 hours. That's probably an exaggeration. Getting a little warm in here too. I'm in Florida and it is 85 degrees outside. Turned my air conditioner off because I don't want it to mess up with the sound, because I care for all of you so much. While you are here though, smash that like button. While you're here, smash that like button. Also, comment, subscribe, Patreon link in the description below. Support the channel and we'll keep the comments coming and we'll keep the content coming. That's my shitty fake radio voice. WNBC. If you know, you know. Back when Howard Stern was funny. I have not seen Lower Decks. I cannot do a tier list. I cannot. I want to see all the Centauri tentacles. I think there's probably like 6 of them. I do want, if anyone knows where I can find one, let me know in the comments below. Or you can send me an email. My email is in the About section of YouTube. Where can I find a statue of the Centauri fertility god? I want it where it's like, and all the tentacles. I want it. I would put it in the background of my videos and it would be glorious. I have not seen Strange New Worlds either, so I have no real comment on Strange New Worlds or what's the other one I just mentioned? Lower Decks. I really have no comment on either of those because I just haven't seen them. Discovery, like I said, I've only seen 1 episode and I was out. I hate watched Picard season 1 and season 2. That is the only show I've hate watched. No, I'm not gonna say Lord of the Rings. Rings of Power. I didn't even hate watch because I'm not as invested with Lord of the Rings mythology as I was TNG. So I watched one episode of Rings of Power. My reaction is up on YouTube, and I was out. Like I'm done. This is shit. Picard, I hate watched. I watched with disdain. eBay or Etsy. I've already looked on eBay and Etsy. I didn't find anything. I would assume there's a 3D print out there somewhere, but my Google searching never led me to anything that led anywhere. I wouldn't be asking if a simple Google search would help me out. I did try though. I did make a couple little meme videos about Rings of Power, but you know. I have not seen Sandman. No, it is on my list. I read Sandman comics in the 90s, but honestly, that entire time period in my life is just kind of a blur. So I don't remember anything but the art. I don't remember the settings. I don't remember the characters. I don't remember the dialogue. I remember the art. The art is vividly imprinted in my mind, but everything else from Sandman in my past has just kind of blurred away over the years. I have thought about doing a TOS reaction series on YouTube. I have heard that the copyright, though, on TOS can be quite brutal, so it is something I want to do. We'll see if it happens. I do want to watch Sandman, so Jan, I will hopefully watch Sandman in the future. I will add it to my long list of shows I want to watch and movies. The Witcher, I made it through 2 episodes and I got so bored I quit watching. I wanted more Witcher. If I tune into a show called The Witcher, I would appreciate it if I spent 80% of the show with The Witcher. Because one, Henry Cavill, great. Charisma just emanates from this dude. I like him in everything. And he looks like a total badass. But like, I was watching The Witcher and I was thinking to myself, where the hell's The Witcher? And I didn't play The Witcher games. I have not played The Witcher games. I have not read The Witcher books. I have no investment in what's canon or what should be in The Witcher. I did know from watching the trailer, it was Henry Cavill playing a badass warrior with magic who kills monsters. Sign me up. I go to watch the show and I spend most of the time with these characters I don't know or don't care about. Pass. I watched 2 episodes. I was done. It might get better. It might not. I don't know. Wheel of Time, have no interest in. I haven't seen it. I haven't read the books. I might do a poll and put it on it one day and we'll see how it does. Maybe I'll watch it. Maybe I won't. Yeah, TOS I need to watch. My entire knowledge of the TOS crew is from the movies. I have seen all of the movies with the original cast from TOS. But as for the actual episodes, none. Hell Lobster Unbreaded. Arcane on Netflix. I've heard great things about Arcane. It is on my list. One day I'll get to it. There's also a new anime, something to do with a chainsaw, like Mr. Chainsaw or Chainsaw Man. I've heard great things about. I want to watch that also. Haven't had the time. The only 2 animes that I've really watched in many years is oh my god, what's Wakfu. I just finished season 2 of Wakfu. It was fantastic. And the other one was One Punch Man season 1. I loved One Punch Man. My goodness, that is one of the best shows, not just anime, it's one of the best shows I've ever seen. Loved One Punch Man. Yeah, so I will definitely want to get into TOS. Gundam I've never seen. I only know of Gundam from Ready Player One. I choose the form of Gundam. Ah! Pretty cool. Pretty cool. And Jonathan Max Art. You have a art channel. I might have to check that out. So I was a custom picture framer for many years, and I would often trade my framing skills for artwork. I will make that offer here on YouTube as well. I will react to things for people in exchange for artwork. Doesn't have to be money. You can give me art. I will react to something you want. Just throwing it out there for the universe to hear. I don't expect anyone to take me up on that, but I'm going to throw it out there because I'm a huge art collector and art fan. I have art behind me. This is all art from the World of Darkness tabletop RPGs. I got stuff from Vampire the Masquerade, Werewolf the Apocalypse, Mage the Ascension, all original art. Wish I had a beam saber. You know what I'm saying? That's pretty dumb. That's pretty dumb what I just said. Well, anything's better than Rings of Power. I watched one episode and I was out with Rings of Power, like completely out, no interest. But Witcher just didn't. Witcher made it 2 episodes and I was out because I just want to see more Henry Cavill. Like, sorry, that's why I'm watching it. I was hoping to get like a Conan the Barbarian-esque, but with magic and monsters. Would have been a great show. Oh, nice. I would love to get a Micro Machine set of the B5 stuff. No, I have not read the Witcher books. I have not played the Witcher games. My knowledge of the Witcher is merely general pop culture knowledge and knowing Henry Cavill was going to be the Witcher. So I went into the Witcher with only one expectation: for it to be a show about Henry Cavill as the Witcher. It let me down on that simplest of expectations, so I moved on. Got us some Jefferson's whiskey here. Let's refresh this cup I got here. Let's hear. Oh, that sounds good, doesn't it? Okay. Oh, yeah. Yeah, baby. Let's chase that with some water, why don't we? Go back to our presentation mode here. There we go. That's right. Henry Cavill is no longer at The Witcher. He's going back to be Superman. Thank goodness. Let's talk about that for a moment. Why don't we talk about that for a moment? Loved Henry Cavill as Superman, even though he rarely got to play Superman. He got to play a superpowered psychopath who let his father die and destroyed an entire city to beat a bad guy. But Henry Cavill was never a problem as Superman. He has the acting chops, he has the looks, he has the charisma. He is loved by man and woman alike, and probably everyone in between. Even wild animals and stinking aliens love Henry Cavill. He's wonderful. I would love to see him be a true Superman in a true Superman movie where he stands for truth, justice, the American way, who is a man of great conscientiousness and wants to help our barbaric race to become more than we are. That would be great. Not someone who just punches things really, really, really hard. How I feel about that. It's just a little therapy session today, isn't it? Nightwish, I'll put it on the list. I do have some music reactions on my channel, just not many. Why not both what, my friend? Duality of man. I have an entire whiskey cabinet behind me. I got like 20 or 30 bottles of whiskey, my friends. I keep it so I know I'm not an alcoholic, if that makes any sense at all. My father was a drunkard, and I find it gives me some sort of peace knowing I can keep an entire stocked whiskey bar, 30 bottles of whiskey maybe, and they're not all completely emptied out. Like, I did not get the gene. I can have a few drinks and call it a day, and I just like knowing that. So maybe that's why I have such a large whiskey bar. Nightwish. Let me make a note of that. So we got Nightwish. And what Ghost Love score. All right, it is on my list. I will try to get to that. Because The Witcher was crap. That's why. I watched 2 episodes and it was boring because they had not enough Witcher. If I'm watching a show called The Witcher, I want to see The Witcher. I want to see him fighting monsters, kicking ass, using magic. I watched the show and like he was only in the first 2 episodes, if I remember correctly. I could be wrong, but like 25% of the time. Like, if I'm watching a show called The Witcher, I want to see The Witcher. That's why I'm watching the show. I'm not watching to see all these other people doing other crap. Don't care. Don't care. What? Joe Pesci released an album as his character in My Cousin Vinny? Hey, gotta get that income coming in somehow, right? Oh, it smells so good. It smells so right. Am I out of tunes? All right, let's found these great little free use, fair use albums. And apparently this one's wanting to lag out on me. Let's skip to the next one. There we go. I'm gonna have to cut this video up when I get done and do a whole separate video of my Picard tier ranking. See if I can get some hate on that. So Marissa Tomei is a goddess, absolutely beautiful. She was in a movie. What was it? It was with Philip Seymour Hoffman, and Ethan Hawke. They were playing brothers who robbed their parents' jewelry store. I think the mother got killed. But Marissa Tomei in that movie is, my God, gorgeous and not afraid to show some skin. It was a good movie too, but... All right, buddy, you have a good Sunday as well. I'm just here ranting at this point. More Picard tier rankings? Do they have a Picard season 2? Let's see. Nope, does not look like it. I will be doing a Vampire Diaries season. Am I on season 2 or 3? On YouTube, season 3 ranking, I guess. Nope. Let's see, Star Trek Picard characters. Does it have anyone different? Nope, it's the same people. So nope, I cannot do another Picard. Tiers ranking. What is... I'll look that up. Oh, she wasn't on the first one. This is the all right, hold on. Beam, you know what? I want to throw her up here and just talk about her. This is a professional admiral woman of influence and power in the Federation. And she drops an F-bomb on my man Picard because, you know what? That's how evolved we are in the new Star Trek world. We throw around F-bombs like we're a 12-year-old trying to look hip and cool. That's what we're doing in the Star Trek world. Ooh, World of Darkness clans, yeah. All right, here we go. Let's look at this. Oh, we're doing it by the pictures? Nope, I am not that good. I'm not that good. Now keep in mind, this is from up to 20th edition. Anything after 20th edition, I kind of lost interest. All right, my goodness, why do they gotta have? All right, I'm gonna try to remember all of these just by the symbols. If I am wrong, let me know. The Orville, I have not seen the Orville either. It is also on my list. It was on my poll that I did to watch the first episode of 3 different shows. It did not make the top 3. All right, now let me try to find one of these with the actual names because I don't want to come off as an idiot, and I probably will. I mean, this is the Bali, Torador, Salubri, Samedi, Bruja, Giovanni, Nosferatu, Torador. No, so that is not the Torador. Torador, Zamis, Gangrel, Tremere, Followers of Set. Yeah, so I know most of these, but I am no expert. Yeah, we just going all out here, aren't we? Let's see what. All right. All right, buddy. Y'all take care. Anyone who's heading out, y'all take care. Let's try Werewolf Tribes. All right, so I do not know about legacies. I am definitely doing the originals. I am actually about to have a poll on my Patreon to figure out how I'm going to integrate the originals into my Vampire Diaries reactions. If I'm going to watch them in the order of where they show up, am I going to watch it separately? Am I going to cut my Vampire Diary watching in half to accommodate the originals, or will I watch the originals after I finish the Vampire Diaries? I'm not sure yet how I'm going. Let's take a minute and calm down here. Whew, that Jefferson whiskey is kicking in good. I am not sure how I'm going to integrate the originals into my viewing yet, but it will definitely be watched because I love the originals, maybe even better than the Salvatore brothers. Elijah is my favorite vampire in the whole show, and I want more Elijah, so that's where we're at there. All right, yeah. Yeah, see, I don't like none of these have the names. Like, I gotta get my book out to see who I'm looking at here. I assume that's a Silver Fang, that's a Red Talon, it's a Shadow Lord. Yeah, come on, people. Give me some names here. Happy Sunday, everybody. All right, let's looking up some random stuff now. Sci-fi movies? What do we got here? Oh my god, that's a long list. Nope. Nope. Nope, that's too much for me. Yeah, let's look at this real quick here. We're gonna go over some sci-fi movies while we chat and talk. As long as there's people here, I'm gonna keep going. If we fall below like the 15 viewer mark, I'll probably call it, but we got 24 people in here right now. So let's get into it. All right, Michael Connor. Yeah, I have never seen Angel past season 1. I have seen season 1 of Angel, but that is it. Maybe I need to finish that show up. Bruja, of course you like Bruja, the duality of man. I knew that. I knew that before you even spoke. Arrival, interesting movie. Nothing really. I liked how alien the aliens were, but it did not give me an overwhelming sense of amazing sci-fi-ness. It's a fine movie, but nothing major. WALL-E, what a heartfelt movie about a robot just looking for companionship and love. What a commentary on humanity. Fat, happy, being moved around in their little chairs, no real care. But in the end, humanity decided to go back home and make Earth a better place. WALL-E, you're a solid sci-fi movie. I'll make you a B though. Star Wars. Now, is this the entire franchise? All right. With Star Wars here, we're going to go with the original trilogy, not the entire Star Wars franchise. Or is this the actual? No, this has to be the original trilogy because I'm seeing Jabba the Hutt and all those. Yeah, so the original Star Wars trilogy, The Empire Strikes Back is the best. The Ewoks annoy me. But as far as Star Wars goes, the original trilogy is going to be A tier because it really did set the standard for quite some time. RoboCop. Paul Verhoeven. Amazing movie, amazing commentary on corporations in America, corporations in the world, the slow creep of corporations into government and politics and every aspect of our lives. It was visionary. Hey, how's it going? Ochev 79. We have gone through a B5 list onto a Picard list, now to a sci-fi movie list, because I am just all over the place having fun filming a stream. So let's go again. RoboCop S tier. Come at me, bro. Come at me, bro, if you think RoboCop ain't S tier. Come at me, bro. Because I'm telling you, it's facts. RoboCop, amazing. Holds up to this day. I will watch it anytime I find it on TV, even though I don't watch TV anymore, because who watches TV? Everything I do is on a computer monitor. Can you fly, Bobby? Best line. I use it constantly. Anytime anyone is called Bobby in anything I watch, I think to myself, can you fly, Bobby? The original Terminator. Let me know below. Do you prefer the Terminator or Terminator 2 Judgment Day? I know there is a big split in the fan base there, but personally, I think the original Terminator is quintessential amazing science fiction. Perfect. Yeah, classic RoboCop is S tier. Anyone who wants to argue that, let's go. I will argue right now. Shit. Old school RoboCop, S tier all the way. AI, a movie that was finished by Steven Spielberg, but was originally going to be done by Francis Ford Coppola. It was visually stunning. It had some interesting concepts, but overall, I don't think it met the expectations I expected. And it's a movie I rarely rewatch, if ever. So we'll go C tier. Sorry. Invasion of the Body Snatchers. I have never seen the original, so I'm going to judge it on the version I saw, which was in the 70s, I believe, with Donald Sutherland. And it creeped me out then. It creeps me out now. I absolutely love it. A tier. Gattaca. Gattaca, baby. Fantastic movie. A future that does not seem so alien to me, honestly. Where once we start to develop genetic modification, very much like they did in Star Trek with Dr. Julian Bashir and Khan, that regular humans will become a second-class citizen, not given the chances as their genetically superior counterparts, and it will lead to a definite class issue. Love Gattaca. Uma Thurman, breathtaking. It is solid A tier movie. Forbidden Planet I have never seen, so I will not judge. I will just leave that one there. The Blade Runner remake. Jared Leto looked really cool in this movie. It was visually amazing. I love the director. It might have been a little bloated and the runtime a little long and not as great as I would have expected. Sadly, you go to B tier, my friend. Guardians of the Galaxy. James Gunn. Let's talk about James Gunn for a minute, folks. I used to interact with him quite often before he became the James Gunn we all know, through Twitter and Facebook, things like that. He was dating this girl I was online friends with. We weren't really friends. We never really met, but somehow I got to become her friend on Facebook, and she had some interesting posts, and I would comment often. And she was dating James Gunn at the time. Her name was Mia, I believe. And I would interact with James Gunn on social media a bit back then, and he was a cool guy. He did some movies I loved, like Super. Fantastic. So when I found out he was doing Guardians of the Galaxy, I was quite excited at the prospect, and he did not disappoint. The first Guardians of the Galaxy holds up brilliantly. It is fantastic. It is fun. The only thing I don't like about the movie is the villain is a bit one-sided, but that is not necessarily a James Gunn Guardians of the Galaxy issue, more a Marvel issue as a whole. So I will not hold that against him. You're a solid A, dude. Solid A movie. Does not hold up to RoboCop, though, or the first Terminator. Sorry. Back to the Future. Marty McFly. Doc Brown. It's a little too techno for my taste here. Let's move on. All right, Back to the Future. It's a classic. It's a classic for a reason. The DeLorean, iconic. Going back in time and messing up your parents getting together, so you are going to cease to exist unless you fix it. Classic time travel trope. It might have started that trope of messing up the past, so you must fix it, or you will know, or you will not exist in the future. Very entertaining movie. One I can rewatch pretty much any time. You go A tier, you go S tier. Back to the Future. Star Wars: The Last Jedi. This steaming pile of horse shit here. It made famous 3 words: subvert my expectation. That is what it did so well. It is shit. The Force Awakens was just basically a rehash of A New Hope. Yes, it was. But you know what? I was willing to work with it. You were bringing us back into the world. You were bringing new people in, bringing back old people. It really captured that vibe of A New Hope. And Rey was a bit of a Mary Sue, but not terrible in the first one. The only thing that really bothered me in The Force Awakens was how talented she was at flying the Millennium Falcon. I can let everything else go because she's using the Force. The Force is space magic. You can do anything. But she is out flying and impressing Han Solo in his own ship. That bothered me. But it was fine. I could let it all go. It was a good way to get us back in. I was willing to give it a chance. Then The Last Jedi came out and ruined any delusions I had of it becoming anything more than a shit show. So it is D tier. D tier forever. All right, let's go on to The Predator. One of the greatest lines ever. I have even said one of the lines in one of my recent Babylon 5 reactions when the Narn injured a shadow vessel. If it bleeds, you can kill it. I believe those words then. I believe those words now. Ah, Stanley Kubrick, not Coppola. That is right. My apologies. It is Kubrick. You are 100% right on that. But Predator is S tier. Come at me, bro, if you disagree. Great movie. I even love Predator 2. Predator 2 is awesome. King Willie has made it into every single World of Darkness game I have ever ran. Every World of Darkness game I run, there is a King Willie in there somewhere. Love King Willie. Serenity. I have seen Serenity. I have not seen Firefly. Just basing this judgment on the actual Serenity movie, I found it quite enjoyable. Kind of a Western in space. The Reavers were an interesting concept, driven mad by this very thing that Serenity was good, but doesn't knock my socks off. What is it? I don't know what this one even is. Let me pull this up here to get a better look. All right, so I am going to come back to this second one. Can anyone tell me what this movie is? I cannot tell by the poster. Thank you. Rise of the Planet of the Apes. One of the few reimaginings of a already established IP that is not total shit. We got to see how the apes became smart, how they banded together, how they first formed a primitive society. I know I didn't know there was a show when I watched Serenity. I was unaware. I will eventually watch Firefly and then rewatch Serenity, and maybe it'll rank higher in my list. But Rise of the Planet of the Apes, I really enjoy. It is up there with the rest of these. Very good. Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. Not what I would originally think when I think of sci-fi, but it really is sci-fi, isn't it? One of Jim Carrey's best roles. The filming tricks they did to compensate for size is fantastic. Some of the same tactics used on Lord of the Rings. It, to me, is more of a tale about love than science fiction, but I absolutely love that movie. So there you go. The Thing. Now, come on. We already know where this one's going. You gotta be fucking kidding me. Little crawling head. You're S tier, buddy. No doubt about it. Aliens. All right, let's do another question here. Do you prefer Alien or do you prefer Alien? I prefer Alien over Aliens but that does not keep Aliens from being an A tier film. So you can kind of guess where the first Alien is going to go. Hint, it's going to be S tier. Aliens is great. It is more action driven, but Ripley is one of the greatest female action characters also of all time. She is a strong, powerful, no nonsense badass who will beat the shit out of anyone who gets in her way. And if she doesn't physically beat you, she will beat you with smart words. She is great, and I love her. What is that one? We should blow it up we should nuke the place from orbit. The only way to be sure. Well, that's a lot of money down there. They can fucking bill me. Great line. Great line. Great line. The OG Planet of the Apes. I've seen this when I was younger. Have not rewatched it since I have been kind of a grown person. I remember liking it. Charlton Heston, get your damn dirty paws off me, you damn dirty ape. Seeing the Statue of Liberty at the end. You did it. We blew it to hell. You're A tier, Planet of the Apes. Ex Machina. If you have not seen, I have a little video. It's like a minute long where I cut in scenes from Ex Machina into one of the episodes of Cabinet of Curiosities. It is a great little intermingling of clips I did. I find it very entertaining. Please check it out if you do not mind. Give it a like. Ex Machina was good. I loved Ex Machina. Once again, the director made a visually stunning movie that drew you into this genius's mind and home, and into this test that was not only testing the character being portrayed, but the viewers watching. You know, it kept you guessing, kept you wondering. Ex Machina, I absolutely love this movie. It is a absolute sci-fi classic and is S tier. Star Wars A New Hope. Kind of went into Star Wars already. I do prefer The Empire Strikes Back. That would be a S. So A New Hope would have to be an A. Sunshine. Sunshine. I remember that movie. Had Captain America in it. He died. How do I feel about Firefly? You know what? I'm sorry, not Firefly, Sunshine. It was okay. It didn't blow me away, and I've never wanted to rewatch it to see what I might have missed, so we'll go C tier. That might cause some trouble. Not sure what I'm even looking at there. Probably some Transformer piece of crap. Gravity I've never seen. Starship Troopers, another Verhoeven masterpiece. The propaganda machine that is Starship Troopers. Bloody, gory, great miniatures, great messaging about the dangers of being a citizen, and we got to see a not so subtle Nazi reference at the end. So yeah, you're S tier, baby. Yes, so I do like The New Hope. That's why it is A tier. It is not ranked that low. I mean, it's pretty darn high, but if I like The Empire Strikes Back better and find it a better movie, it has to be higher than A New Hope on a tier list. So if The Empire Strikes Back is a S, by default, A New Hope has to be A. Minority Report, another Steven Spielberg movie with Tom Cruise. I love Tom Cruise. Say what you want about Tom Cruise. He brings an intensity to a movie. He is also the best vampire Lestat I've ever seen, I ever want to see. He is that character. I like Minority Report, but is it one of the greatest pieces of sci-fi I've ever seen? It is not. It is B tier. Under the Skin. All right. Okay, folks. Under the Skin. There's going to be some not so fair judgments coming in on this one. It's a good movie. It's a good movie. The ending is horrific, and I feel so bad for her character. But why is this movie going to rank so high? Because we're talking a ton of nudity from Scarlett Johansson. And say what you want, that counts for something. That damn sure counts for something. And it moves it from probably being a C. I have not watched Ender's Game or read the book. And the movie and book were really good, even if the book's written by... All right, so I have no problems separating the art from the artist. I've never had that issue. One of my favorite movies of all time, is The Ninth Gate. Johnny Depp movie, directed by Roman Polanski. Roman Polanski did some horrible things and fled the country. He really did. He did some not so good things to like a 13-year-old. Horrible, horrible. But I can't separate the art from the artist, so I've never had that problem. So it doesn't really bother me if I'm watching something or reading something and I find out, or I know whoever's involved in it is a piece of shit. I am not judging the person, I'm judging the artwork they can produce. I am a great cook. I'm a great cook, but I am a total piece of shit asshole in the kitchen. You put me in a kitchen, I am a completely different person. I am mean, I am rude, I am angry. I am someone you would not want to be friends with. I have had many friends. I've gotten jobs in restaurants I have worked at when I was younger, and they would want to fight me after our shift was done. I am that bad. But the minute I clock out, I'm the same old friendly person you always knew. So just because I was a jerk in a kitchen doesn't mean my food wasn't fantastic. You see what I'm saying? Separate the art from the artist. But if you can't do that, more power to you. Just never been an issue I have had. All right, now back to Under the Skin. Being it shows completely nude Scarlett Johansson multiple times, you get A tier. That is a biased ranking as I have ever done. Oh yes, I completely know what happened to Sharon Tate, and that's horrible. But that doesn't excuse him doing something horrible also. Like, just because something bad happens to you does not give you a get out of jail free card for doing something else that is horrible. And the fact that she was a minor is what really gets me. It would be completely different if it was a grown-up who wanted to do something bad, because I believe, and I am not a expert on this case at all, but I do think the 13-year-old gave consent of what happened. I'm not going into what happened, but can a 13-year-old truly give consent? I say not. But once again, you know, it is what it is. I judge the art, not the artist. Yeah, I love The Ninth Gate. It is one of my favorite movies ever. It really is. I need to get some reactors to react to it. Oh yeah, it definitely explains he was in kind of a bad place, probably drunk and doped up out of his mind, and just a total mess of a person at the time. But yeah, it was horrible. All right, Close Encounters of the Third Kind. I took a trip just to Devil's Tower because of this movie. This movie made me want to go to Devil's Tower, so I went last summer, or was it this year? Was it this year or last year? I don't know. The older you get, the more time merges together into one conglomerate of things that happen. All right, Russell, thanks for hanging out with me. I'm going to stay on until I get this done, and maybe a bit longer, as long as there's people in here. It is getting a little hot without the air on. I'm sweating. But you know what? I don't care. So let's keep going. Close Encounters of the Third Kind. Love the movie. Love the aliens. Love the bam, 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 bam. Fantastic. Solid A tier. I'm really feeling bad about Under the Skin being A tier, though, looking at the movies it's up there with. But I'm leaving it. The Matrix, the first Matrix. Saw it in the theaters, opening weekend, opening night. Amazing movie. When it came out, there was nothing like it that I had ever seen in my life. And it opened up all sorts of questions to me, my friends, reality. It made me question many, many, many things. Then the sequels came out, and they are trash. The only exception is the Animatrix. The Animatrix is amazing. Animatrix, fantastic. But we are just judging the actual first Matrix movie. Without a doubt, the first Matrix is S tier all the way. Come at me, bro, if you disagree. You cannot disagree. Yeah, so the Vampire Diaries, the books, I need to read some of the books just to see what they are about, but we'll see. Inception, the movie that made popular the boom sound, boom. ominous bass sound. But it was a good movie. Had a good cast of characters. Leonardo DiCaprio, you are a great actor. Solid A movie. 12 Monkeys. The movie, not the show. Bruce Willis. Complicated time travel. Brad Pitt with a weird eye. A kid on a motorbike going down the road. I liked 12 Monkeys. I need to rewatch it now that I am a little bit older, a little bit wiser. But judging on when I watched it, which is when it first came out, I was what, late teens, early 20s? I definitely need to rewatch it because right now I'm thinking it's a B level. Terminator 2 Judgment Day. Not as good as the first Terminator. We already went over that. But it was not a terrible sequel. It did add on to the lore of the first. It also gave us the hope that we could change the future. And it ended with us thinking humanity would be okay, at least for the time, which was later proven to be completely wrong with the other movies. But solid A. Yes, 12 Monkeys series I heard was fantastic. It is on my list. 2001 A Space Odyssey. Visuals alone puts this at S tier. Love 2001. Solaris. I might get some hate on this one. I have seen the Solaris movie. I have seen the original movie. I have seen the remake. I have read the book. I had to do all of that for a class in college, a film and TV history class, something along those lines. I hated it. I hated it so bad. The good news is it's not as bad as The Last Jedi, obviously, so it'll go to C tier. But I was not a big fan. Ooh, Interstellar. Matthew McConaughey's my boy. All right. Oh, hold on. We got Matthew McConaughey. Hold on, folks. Matthew, my friend, Long Branch. His own, hold on, let me finish up what's in here. Oh, all right, some Long Branch, Matthew McConaughey whiskey. Let's hear that wonderful sound. Oh, so good. Oh yeah. Add a little bit of water to top that off. I'm not taking a whiz, I promise. Just adding a little bit of cold water to my Long Branch whiskey. Not a official sponsor of Mega Reacts. Okay. Matthew McConaughey, you're great in Interstellar. You're great in everything. True Detective season 1, one of the best seasons of television ever made. You are fantastic. Oh, that's smooth too. That's so smooth. Just as smooth as you are, McConaughey. All right, all right, all right. You're S tier, bud. S tier. The Day the Earth Stood Still. I've only seen the Keanu Reeves remake version. I was not a fan. It goes to C. E.T. E.T. Saw it when I was a kid. Haven't rewatched it in ages. The alien always freaked me out. I bet the CGI does not hold up. And anytime it's a movie with mainly children, the acting never holds up either, in my opinion. My younger self would probably rank it a solid A, but I'm gonna give it a B because I've gotten old and angry. All right, and I just realized this is not the entire Star Trek series. This is Return of the Jedi, which is my least favorite, so we'll go to B tier. That is not A New Hope, is it? I don't believe so. That is A New Hope. That would make that. Yeah. Magic Mike. I have never seen Magic Mike. Because, I don't want to watch a movie with a bunch of hot, muscular dudes taking their clothes off. Just not my thing. But I tell you, one movie he was great in that most people have not seen is called Ed TV. It's Truman Show-esque, only he knows he's being filmed. It's got him and Woody Harrelson as brothers. They are the perfect brothers. They reconnect in True Detective. I love watching them two work together. He was also in a movie. Is it Bill Pullman or Bill Paxton? Bill Paxton. Bill Pullman or Paxton? Paxton or Pullman? You know who it is. The guy was in. He was killed by a Terminator, a alien, and a Predator. He directed that movie. It is fantastic. Has a great little horror mystery crime thriller. I won't go into what happens. If you haven't seen it, you must watch it. It has my seal of approval. All right, so this is The Empire Strikes Back, the best Star Wars movie ever made. It is a solid S. Randall in Clerks was right. It basically ends on such a down note, just like life. I love it for that. Force Awakens. It was fine for what it was. It was a remake of The New Hope. It was as good as Return of the Jedi. No better, no worse. Don't remember the name of this movie, but I have seen it. He is stuck on Mars and has to survive off of potatoes grew out of his own human feces. It is a good movie. It is a good movie. It's A tier. The Martian. The Martian. Haha. Yeah, I have heard a lot on this very chat about how good 12 Monkeys is. I really need to watch it. The original Blade Runner. That is fantastic. Same director who did the original Alien. What's his name? I can't remember his name. Ridley Scott. He also did Legend. Love the original Blade Runner. It was revolutionary. It still holds up to this day and made me hate replicants. Fifth Element. What a fun movie. Fun is what Fifth Element is. It's got Ruby Rod. Chris Tucker did an amazing job in that role. And I can always watch Fifth Element when it's on. But is it a revolutionary sci-fi movie? No. So it does not go to S tier, but it is a solid A. Solid A tier. Children of Men. Ooh, depressing sci-fi movie. The world is dying. No children are being born, but this one girl's pregnant. She has hope. She gives hope to the world. There are some deaths in this movie that are totally unseen, though. Like, it really throws you off. It is shot brilliantly. The camera work, I cannot praise enough. It is absolutely fantastic. It was written for Prince? Of course. He is very Prince-like. I did not know that. Yeah, Luc Besson. He has done... Now, the guy that did Fifth Element, did he also do The Professional with Leon the Professional? Maybe, possibly, I don't know. I love Children of Men. It is depressing and sad, but it is a solid A sci-fi. Wrath of Khan, come on folks. Made me afraid of things crawling in my ears to this day. Khan is one of the greatest villains ever. Spock and Kirk's friendship transcends death. I have been and always will be your friend. There is no place for this to go other than S tier. You know it. I know it. I believe this is the original Alien. I have already said I liked it better than Aliens, so of course it has to go S tier. Avatar, Dances with Smurfs, a remake of Dances with Wolves, but with aliens. The soldier who joined with the aliens never even tried to argue the humans' point and what they wanted, even though it wouldn't have mattered anyway. Visually, stunning movie. Plotline, though, kind of lame, not that great. Though it is a competent movie. Will I rewatch it ever? Probably not. So we'll go C tier. I do not like Return of the Jedi. We spend way too much time with the stinking Ewoks. I don't care about the Ewoks. Han Solo is pointless. Now, if I was judging Return of the Jedi just from the opening bit with Jabba and just with the last bit with Luke and Vader and the Emperor, it would be A tier, no doubt. But it's all that junk in the middle. I just don't care. I don't care about any of it. The Force Awakens is not great, but neither is Return of the Jedi, in my humble opinion. Fern Gully with Wolf, that is good. Yes, the original Alien is perfection. It is so good. So good. Yes, Blade Runner did define a genre, and it was not appreciated in its time. It is damn sure appreciated now. Event Horizon. Event Horizon makes me sad. Makes me sad. I love the concept. It is Hellraiser in space before there was a Hellraiser in space. But from what I have heard, and I have not done my independent research, so I could be wrong, it was cut to shit by the production company, by the people who had that kind of power. They cut the version down from what it should have been a lot, and the original version was lost. It was destroyed over time, so we will never get to see the true masterpiece Event Horizon could have been, and that makes me sad. But I do love Event Horizon. It is a good movie. I cannot do a Discovery tier list. I have only seen one episode of Discovery, and I lost interest. Maybe one day I will put myself through and watch it. Which this person just said, The Island Talent. That does remind me of a sci-fi movie I absolutely love. Let me know what you think about this movie. The Island. It is a Michael Bay movie, and it has the Michael Bay look and the music and the action, but I think it is a damn decent sci-fi movie, and I love watching it. I can watch it multiple times. I have watched it multiple times. The Island, fantastic science fiction movie. What do you think? So, Michael Connor, Force Awakens is not a great movie. It is a remake of A New Hope. basically, only not quite as good. But I thought it was a good transition to get people into the new trilogy. I thought it was bland and plain and nothing amazing. But I thought, okay, this is just to ease us into this new world. Little did I know it was not leading us anywhere and really had no purpose. But for what it was, I thought it was actually a decent movie for what it was. I mean, but it's nothing special. Titan AE, I have only seen once, and I was quite young when I watched it. Maybe a teenager. No, I wasn't that young. Maybe a teenager. I don't remember much about Titan AE. I just remember I loved the animation, and I thought it was good. I cannot speak. Allow me to calm down. As most of you do know, I do have a speech impediment. I have improved vastly on how I talk since I was younger. I used to not be able to breathe, and I would just kind of go into People thought I had Tourette's. I did not have Tourette's. I just had a severe speech impediment. So sometimes I get a little worked up. Alcohol does not help. And I have to slow it down and harness my chi, center myself. I remember Titan IA, Titan, what is it called again? Titan AE. I remember it being a good movie, but I don't remember much about it. Another great sci-fi cartoon that I do remember a lot about is the Iron Giant. That would be S tier. Yeah, definitely, Alan. He has gotten lazy. Michael Bay knows what he wants, and he can make it look pretty and does action well, but he has gotten very, very, very lazy. The Island, though, does hold up. I have not said my real life name. I generally go by Mega, but my real name is out there. I do put it every once in a while. My name is Clint, as in Clint Eastwood. CLINT, Clint. It is no big secret. I have mentioned it here and there, but I tend to just go by Mega for the most part. Yeah, drinking doesn't help. Hey, I gotta drink what I poured, right? This is from Matthew McConaughey. All right. Ah, so good. Akira. I have seen Akira. It has been 20 years since I've seen it. I remember that growing arm and the red motorcycle, and I remember little pieces. I need to rewatch it. I do not think I fully appreciated it when I did watch it, so I do need to do a rewatch of Akira. Hello, yes, nice to meet you all. Hello, Leo. Flash Gordon. I know I have seen it. I only remember one thing from that. Well, I remember two things from that movie. The soundtrack is by Queen, and there is one scene where he puts his hand in a box or a rock. And I only remember that scene because it traumatized me. It traumatized the shit out of me when I saw it. It came out in the 80s, so I probably saw it when I was 8, 9, 10. So it's been forever. I don't remember anything except for that. Putting your hand in a hole in a rock and there was some sort of creature in there. Traumatized me then, still traumatizes me now. All right, Metropolis. Just for how revolutionary it is, I watched it in the same film class I watched Solaris. I love it for what it is, and just for the sake of what it represents and its influence on Dark City, Metropolis goes S tier. All right, good deal, Michael Connor. I will look into that. All right, we have 2 left that I have actually seen. These other 4 I have not seen, and the second one Prometheus? All right, I'm going to assume this is Prometheus. Let's go ahead and do Prometheus. Prometheus, good concept, visually beautiful, done by one of my favorite directors of all time. Huge letdown. C. Done. I have not seen the reconstructed version of Metropolis. I've seen the original version back in probably 2005 was the last time I watched it. I probably do need to rewatch a newer version. Jurassic Park, the peak of visual effects. Nothing has ever improved since Jurassic Park. That was the peak. You would have thought we would have gotten better since, but we have not. Jurassic Park is a solid movie. I will give it an A. Have I watched The Crow? Have I watched The Crow? Have I watched The Crow? Opening weekend, saw The Crow. Changed my life. For many years after, I was obsessed with The Crow. Obsessed with The Crow. Beautifully sad movie. I have a copy of the graphic novel. I will grab it in just a minute. The graphic novel is amazing. The artwork is amazing. The tale of lost love and vengeance and pain is breathtaking. Amazing. I loved it. Anytime I would do something that required a lot of physical power, I would always say, I was a teenager. I would power of the crow, and I would use the power of the crow to accomplish amazing feats. The Crow is absolutely fantastic. Changed my life. 1 second. Do not leave, everyone. Find. I don't remember where I put it. Moment here. I got too many books. Just another moment, please. Okay, had to get on the ground to get this bad boy. All right, The Crow. I got this hardcover graphic novel, The Crow. Once again, some of the most amazing artwork. But what is beautiful about this book is it is autographed by J.O. Barr with a nice little caption. The person I bought it from had it signed to them and they scratched out their name, but it says, angels' tears are the sweetest candy of all. James, 1997, 669 out of 1500. One of my prized possessions. Absolutely love The Crow. Cannot express that enough, how much I love The Crow. Beautiful. Changed your life too? Yes, it was a very life-changing movie. It really was. All right, and our last movie is Moon. Sam Rockwell. Kevin Spacey as a voice of a machine. Can't have Kevin Spacey in nothing anymore. But once again, I can separate the art from the artist. I love Moon. I love the concept of Moon. I love the acting of Moon. I love Sam Rockwell acting against himself multiple times. This is very nice. Moon is fantastic. It is a solid A-tier movie. All right, so there's my sci-fi movie ranking list. Something added just out of nowhere to this stream that has been going on for just over 3 hours. Oh yeah, absolutely love The Crow. I'm looking at this book now. I want to reread it right now. Okay, both Tron movies are solid. I have seen only the first Tron movie. I don't remember really anything about it other than colorful motorcycle race and they're in a computer. I have seen the Crow Stairway to Heaven, but I don't remember much about it. I am kind of a Crow purist. I only like the first movie and the first graphic novel, but there's a lot of bias in there. I'm just so focused in on that first movie that really changed my life that I didn't really give anything else a fair shot, and I am smart enough to admit that. All right, so that tier ranking is done. So I have 19 viewers, so I will keep talking as long as we have at least 15 people in here. So, got any comments or questions or anything you want to discuss while I am here? Also, make sure you like down below. I also have a Patreon with all my uncut reactions. I have over 750 videos on Patreon. I have over 600 on YouTube, so about an extra 150 videos. I have never seen the black hole. I've heard about it, never seen it. The Crow. Power of the Crow. Anytime I had to do anything physically beyond my capabilities, I'd say Power of the Crow, and I could do it. I could do it. Telling you, Power of the Crow was real. Any other random tier anyone wants to see? Just let me know. I'm just here to waste some time. Hang out with some good people on YouTube. A great underrated sci-fi. Well, I have kind of already said that with The Island. I think it's a great underrated sci-fi movie. It's visually beautiful. The action scenes are top notch. It's Michael Bay. Say what you want about Michael Bay. He knows how to do action. You know what I mean? He knows how to do action. So great action, great acting. It's got Scarlett Johansson and Ewan McGregor as the lead. Fantastic. It has what's his name? Boromir, right? He was also in Ned Stark as the main antagonist. Of course he dies. He always dies. But yeah, severely underrated sci-fi movie. I think because it is tied to Michael Bay. As for a show, you know what? I was having a hard time thinking of it, but Michael Connor for the win. Continuum. Found that show just randomly one day. Amazing. Sean Bean, yes. Continuum is an amazing sci-fi show, amazing time travel show. I absolutely loved it. Loved it. I need to do a rewatch on my channel one day. But yes, if you have not seen Continuum, do yourself a favor. Go check it out. Season 1 and 2, perfection. Season 3, not quite as good, but fantastic sci-fi show. Dune is great. I have not seen the Dune remake. I want to see it. I love the original Dune, even though it is apparently not book accurate at all. I've never read the Dune book, but I want to see the remake. I just haven't had the chance. I will probably wait until the sequel comes out and just do a long binge watch of the entire first Dune movie. Yes, that was the biggest issue with the final season of Continuum. It did feel a bit rushed. You could definitely tell they kind of had to wrap up the show in kind of a quick time. They just had to get it done. But the first 2 seasons, so amazing. Another completely underrated sci-fi show, The Lost Room. The Lost Room. You must watch it. Fantastic. It is a mini series. There's only 3 episodes, I think. They're all like an hour and a half each episode. The Lost Room is great. It's all about the objects, and where do they come from? What can they do? Fantastic. The Lost Room. I'll say it one more time. The Lost Room. Check it out. Lost past season 3. Yeah, I feel you there. Yeah, Shane. You know, Lost Room. Dark Matter. I think I've seen 1 or 2 episodes I need to finish. Travelers on the list. Yeah, right. Lost Room is definitely something you can rewatch. Orphan Black, I've never seen. Lost Room, though, man, just thinking about the Lost Room makes me want to rewatch it and just do a watch along with everyone. Like, let's just all watch the Lost Room together. Where is the key to get into any room? Where is it? Or where is a pencil that makes pennies? Tap, tap, tap. The watch will boil an egg in 60 seconds. Yeah, so good. So good. All right. That's not quite. Let's go to the next. Lost Room is great. I have almost bought the actual key from that multiple times. Well, a replica of the actual key. I think it'd be cool to just have hanging up. Hold on, Jan. Person of interest? I will be finishing the entire series this month. I think I have four episodes left to be done with the entire series. Love Person of Interest. I have a season or 2 on YouTube, I think. Not that many. Maybe not. But I have watched them all on my Patreon. I will be finishing up the entire series this month. For only $5, you can get on my Patreon, watch them all. But yeah, I love Person of Interest. Shaw is my spirit animal. I also love Root, but Shaw is great. John is the man. Fosco has grown on me so much since the first season. POI is fantastic. Fantastic show. I will be finishing it up, though. The war between Samaritan and the Machine will finally come to an end, I guess. Or Samaritan will win and rule the world. Not really sure. Root is the GOAT. Root is fantastic. But Shaw, man, that just super sexy sociopath killer. It just speaks to my heart. Not the count anymore? I don't know what that means. Yeah, I haven't uploaded on YouTube in a hot minute. I will say this, and I do promise this. Everything I have reacted to will eventually make it on YouTube. Eventually. Could take years. It takes so long to edit for YouTube and to get items up. A 10-15 minute video for YouTube usually takes me between 3 and 5 hours to actually get up. And that is if it doesn't get rejected and I have to re-edit it. I have literally spent like 12 hours to get a 12-minute video up that's not even monetized on YouTube. It is a nightmare. So that is why I get things posted on Patreon relatively quick. I'm pretty consistent with posting to my Patreon. I really am. I do 4 or 5 videos every single week, but YouTube, it just takes so much more time. And this is a one-man show. So it is what it is. I watched the first season of Umbrella Academy. I really liked it. I actually read the first Umbrella Academy comic run. I thought it was fantastic. Whenever the show came out, their value skyrocketed, and I sold them all. Sold them on good old Mr. eBay. Sold my first run of the Umbrella Academy. I really liked the first season, but just haven't really had time to keep up with it. Right? I wish the machine could help me edit. Machine in all your glory. Scan YouTube, find what the algorithm wants, and edit my videos so they can get as many views as possible. Please, machine, help me out. I would even go with Samaritan if they could help me out with this. Do you hear me, Samaritan? I will switch sides. I will leave my friends behind. I will leave the machine behind. If you can help me decipher the algorithm. I've not seen Warrior 9. All right, folks, we have dropped below 15 views. That means this stream will be coming to a close very soon. Any last minute comments, concerns, questions, advice, get them in now or forever. Hold your peace. I'm also finishing up the last of my whiskey. All gone. Little drip. Oops. I've never seen V, the original or the remake. All right. It was a fantastic time, everyone. Thanks for showing up to my live stream. I will be cutting some sections of these down and posting their own little video, mainly the Picard tier ranking. I think that needs its own video. Babylon 5. I love me some Babylon 5. We are getting that going. Nikita, La Femme Nikita. I don't remember that show. I never watched it. I do remember the advertisements and commercials for it on USA. It looked like a pretty sexy show. Yes, WTF again. I would love to do a channel where I stream tabletop RPGs. We could do Roll20 or something. I want to do that so bad. I do not have the time though, but I would love to get into that aspect of YouTube. I would run a werewolf game. It could be so much fun. A tabletop streaming Werewolf the Apocalypse game. And I'm talking W20. I am on episode 4 of season 3. I'll probably do episode 5 tonight for Babylon 5. So I'm about 5 episodes ahead. 4 or 5 episodes. I would love to do a Werewolf the Apocalypse online game streaming. And I'm talking, I am a V20 or a W20, I guess, werewolf player. Also V20 for vampire. But my werewolf games are brutal and violent, and the world of darkness it is set in is a true dark world where the worst things happen to the best people and the worst people get to the top. It is a shit show of a world, and that's what I love about the world of darkness. Take our real world, as bad as it is, times it by 10, and that is my world of darkness, and I love that aspect of the game. So I do not have a Facebook account, so I cannot message. I did have a Facebook account and it was hacked, and they must have done something pretty naughty because I have been banned. I have had my Facebook taken down. I have been unable to create another account without it being taken down also. So I have no Mass Effect. That would be a fun game. I love Mass Effect. I would be interested in that. I'd have to really get into what the tabletop RPG says about Mass Effect. I played all 3 of the first games. The last game really let me down. Star Trek Picard then ripped off Mass Effect, obviously. Yeah, I am not on Facebook. I am on Twitter, Mega Reacts. I am on Instagram, Mega Reactions. I am on TikTok, Mega Reacts. I am on Rumble, Mega Reacts. I am on Odyssey, Mega Reacts. So I am out there on other platforms, but not on Facebook. because yes, I would love to run a online game. I have been a DM for 20 plus years. I have mainly done Pathfinder, 3.5 D&D, Vampire the Masquerade, War of the Apocalypse, Mage of the Ascension. I've done Star Wars RPG. Yeah, it about covers all the ones that we really played on a regular basis. So yeah, I know nothing about Warhammer at all. I've never played it, read the books, done the miniatures. I am a complete noob to the Warhammer reality, but it does seem very, very fun and very, very cool. Well, the good thing about me, if I run a game, I am not a rules lawyer. I take what I like from a game and I use it. I believe the main point of doing a tabletop RPG is to 1, have fun, 2, tell a great story, and 3, to keep things rolling and fluid and organic. I do not overly plan out games. I have a little guideline that I want to a little outline of what I want to accomplish, but I have played for so many years. I know if you try to stick to a cookie cutter outline, the players will not. The players will do things you will never anticipate, and you got to be able to roll with what happens in the game to have the most fun and to have the best game. So I'm pretty fluid and loose when I run a game, and rules will not hinder the game. If there is a rule that hinders a game, I will just ignore that rule or make up my own. I believe in the golden rule of role playing, which is there are no rules. You know, take what works, leave the rest. And apparently this stream has turned into talk about role playing games, which I have no problem with. Yes, just like Egg Shen from Big Trouble in Little China, 100%. Speaking of Big Trouble in Little China, Kindred of the East is another game that I run. Love Kindred of the East. I love Demon Hunter X. Love all of those. But if you want to do a Kindred of the East game or Demon Hunter X game, just think of Big Trouble in Little China. That encompasses the games. They're so much fun. Never played Starflight. Well, I was gonna get off anyway because it dropped below, but as long as I'm having fun talking, I'm gonna keep talking. So I do have 2 videos I need to film today at some point, but I think I'm good on time. So Mr. Tickle Trunk, I love that quote from Egg Shen. That is it. Witcher RPG, I need to play that. Yeah, that sounds like good. You still got to finish my campaign in Kindred of the East. WTF again. Are you and I running a Kindred of the East game? What are we talking about here? Do I know you in real life? I don't know if I do or not. You still got to finish my campaign in Kindred of the East. Are you running a campaign? Have you played in one of my campaigns? Were you going up against the Shadow Samurai in that game? You're kind of weirding me out, dude. Trying to figure out who you are. I might know you, I might not. All right, yes, all around. Are you Stan the Man? Are you Stan the Man? Yeah, my Facebook got terminated. It is gone, sir. I thank you for appreciating my B5 reactions. I know I am not the most over-the-top reactor. I do not give the most emotional responses, but I do enjoy the show and I react in the realest way I can. And if you're in for that, my reactions are for you. If you want over dramatized crying to a show, I am not the man for you. Though I have cried on a few different episodes of different shows. It is not ugly crying, it is man crying. It is a single Dean Winchester man tear. That's what you get from me. I have not seen the game trailers for Star Wars The Old Republic, though I did play those games on the Xbox when they came out. And I love The Old Republic. Speaking of those games, the same company did a game called Jade Empire, I believe, which is also an amazing RPG for a game console. If you have not played Jade Empire, take my advice. Play it. Jade Empire. Oh, I may cry in B5. I have no doubt. But WTF again, my email is in my about section for on my YouTube channel. If you want to send me a email, maybe with your phone number, and let me know who you are, we can get back and make contact. Blades in the Dark. I am not familiar with Blades in the Dark. Yeah, Jade Empire is amazing. It is amazing, right? I love that game. Why, thank you, Nikioto. Probably said that wrong. But yeah, I do love sci-fi, and I love Babylon 5. What kind of weird ads are they putting up for y'all to watch? I do not need stuff for my hair, though maybe I do. Oh yeah, I need to do something with this hair. If it is genuine, yes, I will agree. I'm fine with emotional reactions if they are real. I do have some great reactors that I follow. I love reaction channels. WTF, did you just text me? Because if you did, I got the text and I just texted back. All right, maybe I do need to watch those trailers if they've redone them or done something nice with them. All right, cool. I got your text. What's up, my man? Yeah. I'm not actually running any games right now for the first time in ages. Spend all my time doing my YouTube channel. Well, I appreciate you, Mr. Tickle Trunk, for taking time to view my channel and not thinking it is complete trash. Much appreciated. Sin Goku. Oh, I'm back down to 14 views. Means we're gonna start closing it up again, unless those view counts goes up. Because what's up? It was Stan the Man. I actually texted Dave the other day, WTF again, and I asked him for your number, but you know how he is with returning texts and reading texts, and I never got it, and I haven't seen him since, because I believe he has your number, but I'm bad with keeping people's numbers, but I will add it to my contacts. But yeah, I got 86 from the Facebook game. my account got hacked, and I tried to get it all set back up, and they said, "No, sir, you're out." So it is what it is. All right, folks, we're getting ready to wrap this up. Any last minute comments, concerns, anything you want to talk about before I call it a day? Yes, the original Terminator is far superior than Terminator 2. Sorry, it's facts. Anyone who doesn't believe it, that's fine. You have your own preferences. But I loved Arnold in the original Terminator, just this unrelenting killing machine, and the grittiness of the filming and the violence. Loved it all. I'm not familiar with The Man from Earth. Does that have David Bowie in it? Yeah, I was a little on the fence there, a little bit. I will be separating that out from this video and making its own little Picard video for people to watch. But all right, thank you all for coming. It has been an absolute pleasure. I appreciate each and every one of you. I would not do this if it wasn't for the people watching. You are what keep me going. You are the ones that keep me motivated to keep posting on this crazy thing that is YouTube. My videos are not particularly popular. They do not get a ton of views, a ton of likes, a ton of shares, anything. I don't make a ton of money off them either, but I do it because I love what I watch. I love the interactions, and I love this platform for what it is. It creates a little community for us to get together and talk about things we love. We can argue, we can disagree, but at the end, we are brought together by our love of TV, of movies, of sci-fi, of horror, of fantasy, the whole deal. You all take care, and I will see you all on the next live. This is Mega, signing off.